Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, we got a raid in before we even got started. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome in. How are we all feeling today? Wade Wiley, thank you so much for the raid and certainly a warm welcome in. How are you doing? How was your stream? How did it go? Did you have a good time over there? Thank you so much for joining us, and to everyone else for joining us as well. Arby the Bird is here, Hoplite is here, RJ is here, Laby Claw is here as well, and we got Bloop Corpion here as well. And then I saw a name there that is currently hiding away from me, although I think that's Laby Claw's name. I think so. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? Good to see you. I like your shirt, Kalden. Thank you very much. Another thrifted shirt, of course. Yes, of course. No other way. No other way. I'm teaching you guys. I'm just out here teaching you guys that if you want cool shirts, you gotta like go secondhand. It's the only way. And also ladies' shirts. This is not a dude's shirt. This is technically not, because it's buttoned. It's buttoned the wrong way, which technically makes it a ladies' shirt, but it's, I mean, tell me it's not vibes. You know what I mean? Tell me it's not. How you guys doing? Good to see you all. Oh my goodness. What a stream we had on Wednesday. We had such a stream and a half. It was a true blast, and I cannot believe it's over, if I'm honest. Like it came and went so quickly. Posh Shark is here. Hello. Good to see you as well. Thank you for coming in from that raid. We technically have a raid song to play for you. Yes, RJ, we're going to be keeping track of today's early burger bump as well, please and thank you. It was great despite all the lies, says Hoplite. Yes, we'll certainly get into all of that as well. That's what I do. If it looks good, who cares if it's women's? Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's just the truth. No matter what shop you go to, they can split up the ladies sections and the men's sections, but I'm sorry, if something's fire, it's fire. What you gonna do? I thrifted a shirt once with Sonic the Hedgehog's face on Totoro's body. Sorry, Sonic the Hedgehog's face on Totoro's body. Where do you find that? I need some kind of reference for this. Is this gonna? You mean like this? Something like that? Or was it less full-bodied hedgehog / Totoro and something? It's for a band? It's for a band? What? Crying Sonic the Hedgehog's face on. Oh, is the band is called Crying, and they they did this. Is this the shirt that you got? Yes, that's the shirt. Okay. All right then. I mean, hey. It's not the worst thing I've seen with Sonic. It's definitely not the worst thing I've seen that involves Sonic the Hedgehog. Dieter, is good to see you. What are we doing today? I'll get into that in a moment. Spooky, thank you so much for joining us as well. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, I don't think there was a better way to describe that. This is that is hilarious. That's fantastic. I don't know who would make that. Wait, hold on. Wait, give me a second. We need to find out who would make that. We need to find out exactly who would make that. And apparently the people that would make that are called Crying. And they're a band, you say? Crying band. How do I find an artists Crying? They got 44,000 monthly listeners. I'm assuming that this is them. Sorry, give me a second as I add that to my playlist. Also, I see it. I see it. I do get it. I do see it. That adds up to me. That does add up. Okay, you asked what is it that we are doing today, chat. I will tell you exactly what it is we are doing today. So today is technically still part of our Hammys celebrations, but it's part of it in a sort of a different way. Today is mostly going to be, I'll definitely be playing you guys some tunes here and there. We'll take a break every now and then from chatting to sing a song or something. But most of today is going to be talking about behind the scenes of the Hammys, what it took to put the Hammys together, and answering your questions about the Hammys and all of the further details about the songs, and revealing, chat, your votes. The final responses that came from the voting, all of this stuff that I have based on your votes. Very excited to share that with you as well, because obviously there are some that is something that I imagine you guys are looking forward to seeing, for sure. The other thing that we can definitely do is chat a little bit about ham stats. How do you find these, Hoplite? How does that even, why does someone have that? Hoplite, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Appreciate that very much. Also, I did want to say, you guys have been insane. The support over this past week has truly blown me away. I'll be honest with you that I did not expect to make this much from the Hammys either. The Hammys is an event that I didn't put any incentives behind contributing to the stream. It was just coming, like me putting a ton of work together behind the scenes and then coming and putting a 4-hour stream together. And you guys just have supported it so incredibly much. And I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it, or at least enjoyed it enough to support it. So thank you so much. And thank you, Hoplite, for the gifted. Appreciate that very much. Mer. It's unfortunately, Kai is back from Zambia. She is back from Zambia, but she just left to go horse riding now. So, unfortunately, yeah, still not going to be able to get her in to say hi. Although maybe when she gets back, but I think she'll be pretty done, pretty tired by the time she gets back from horse riding. So. Yeah, I'll open up the book of all the secrets and tell you guys all about it. First things first that I wanted to do, though, is I wanted to ask you guys, what did you think? Huh? Did you guys have a good time? Is this a stream you think that we should do again next year? Do you think that it's something that I should like evolve a little bit and see how I can like make it even better? Is it something you guys think I should do? Do you guys did you enjoy it? Do you think there's things that I can do differently? Some stuff that you would suggest after seeing it? What a week, says Pudding. Good to see you, Pudding. What a week indeed, no doubt. Imagine Hamstats checking the stream out for the random sub and then sticking around. That'd be sick. I'm almost sure that happens. What do you mean? Unfortunately, she's back. Did I say oh no. Yes, exactly. Fortunately, she's back, but unfortunately, she's still not here. Yes, exactly. That's what I meant by that. You know that's what I meant, RJ. Don't make me look bad here. I was honestly thinking this too, that unfortunately, she's back. What I was saying was, unfortunately, she is back, but can't be here. Like the full sentence. Unfortunately, she's back, but can't be here. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was saying. Not unfortunately she is back, but fortunately she can't be here. Or one of the other ham ones from this week. Yeah, we had what Hoplite did. Give me ham. I think it was give me ham. Where is ham? And now ham stats. We're just gonna have hammy subs. I think you should get a hamster costume next year. I will tell you, chat, that one thing that I am very sad about that didn't work out this year, one of the very few things that didn't work out, because this went very much to plan. One of the few things that I am very sad didn't work out about this was that I wasn't able to rent out the, oh my goodness, Hoplite with Ham is here. Ham is here, no doubt. Appreciate it. Hoplite, thank you very much. one of the things I'm quite sad didn't work out was that I wasn't able to get the burger costume that I usually get for our top 5. You'll notice probably that you may have noticed that for our previous years, I always used to get a big Hammys burger suit. But you got the burger suit, but it wasn't a burger suit though. You know what I mean? This costume, this one, I usually get, I usually am able to get this costume. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Can we just, there we go. That's a bit of freeze frame. This is usually the costume that I get for it. This is obviously green screened for whatever reason. Do we have the other one here somewhere? No comments, Sag. Yeah, I wasn't able to get this one. Here it is. This was the part 2. This should be here somewhere. There it is. This is the costume. This is the costume I'm talking about. I can usually get this one, but I went, yeah, we almost didn't have any costumes for this year. I literally went to pick up costumes the morning of the show, and I went there and they told me, hey, it exists, but it's at our other branch now because for some reason it I don't know, they like rotate their costumes across their 3 different branches, which is really annoying to me as like a repeat customer because I expect to go there knowing that there are certain costumes available to me. And then so what I need to do is phone them ahead of time next time. I did not know that they rotated costumes. It was for the same reason that that in our first year, our first Hammys, I was able to get that duck head costume, but then last year I wasn't able to, and we had to get that ridiculous weird bird eagle looking thing. It turns out that it was at a different branch because this year I walked in and there it was. I just walked in and it was there. So like, it turns out I should just be phoning them ahead of time to find out which costumes are, and then potentially having to drive for like an hour to get to the different stores. So yeah, you should just buy it. I 100% am thinking about buying it. I'm definitely thinking about buying the burger suit thing, just because like I think it's something that we would most probably use quite often. I don't know. I'm very strongly considering it. Renting them seems smarter than having a closet full of costumes like me. It's probably smarter. I mean, I guess that is the thing. I only use it once a year. But that is sort of the dilemma that you face is like, if it's then not there, you don't know. If they have advance notice, can they rotate it back to your branch? They did mention to me that they could get it to that store for me. So it is possible I could give them advance notice and they could bring it to the store that's nearest me, as well. It was great. If you want to follow the same format next year, I wouldn't be complaining. Fantastic. That's great. I really enjoy the awards. I really enjoy the awards system, like this format. I really enjoy it. It takes a lot of work, but I love being able to do that. And it like, I don't know, it tickles that like spot in my brain that like enjoys this type of organizing. You know, putting everything in order in certain like categories, and then you guys get to vote on them and all of that kind of stuff. It just that's a really fun thing for me to put together. It's a lot of work. But it's a lot of fun. And every year that I do it, it'll become a little easier for me. The main problem is that every year I'll probably try to do something more. And that's the question really, is how to do more next year, which obviously depends as well on what my what my resources are like at that time. Let's keep it a tradition, says Deidris. I really had a good time. I definitely want to be doing this every year. You make yourself look bad, not me. I don't believe you, RJ. I think that was you. I'm glad I got to join it. I'm glad you got to make it. Yeah, were all of you guys there? Did you all make it to some part of the Hammys? Is there anything that you guys missed? Come on in, Hammys. Here we have ducks, but you got the burger suit. That counts. I essentially walked into the store. So the way it worked was Wednesday morning, the morning of the show, I I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to have, I wasn't sure if I was going to have time to go to the costume store. And then one of the things that I thought about was like every single year that we have done an anniversary stream, like an organized event anniversary stream, I wear that burger costume. Like it's worked out every time. I know exactly in the store where it is. I know where it sits in the store. And so I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's go. It's going to take me exactly an hour to get to the store, rent the costume and back. And I had literally an hour to get back before it was an hour to the show itself, because I needed to prep before the show itself. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just go. I got there, walked in, and I saw the duck head, and I immediately grabbed it off of the foam stand that they had it on, pulled that off, and then I went straight to the Michael Jackson jackets, and I took that jacket, and now I'm walking around with a duck head and a Michael Jackson jacket. Like, what are these people thinking I'm gonna do? You know what I mean? And then hilariously, they might have thought that the Michael Jackson jacket and the duck hat were together, because when I was at the till, she was like, I'm not going to charge you 430 Rand for this jacket and 380 Rand for this head. I'm rather going to do you a favor and just combine them for you and just charge you 440 Rand. And I was like, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Yes, I'm definitely doing those together. Yeah, those are definitely a combined costume. It's definitely Duck Jackson that I'm going for 100%. And then I walked through and I couldn't see the burger costume. And then I asked a lady, I was like, hey, you know where this, do you guys have, and I'm standing here with a fucking duck head in my hand and a Michael Jackson jacket. And I'm asking her, hey, do you guys have also a round burger costume with like arm holes and a head hole in it? And she's looking at me like, no, we don't have that. Damn, that's crazy. That's so funny, because every year that I come here, you guys do have it. That's so strange to me. Wow, that's odd. And she goes, might be one of our other branches. And then she leaves. And I was like, what do you mean other? And then chat, a lady comes by. A lady that works there comes by and she goes, you look familiar. And I'm going, I might be. She goes, weren't you here for Halloween? And I went, yep, I was here for Halloween. You are correct. That is 100% correct. I was here for Halloween. You recognize me. The people at the costume store recognize me now. This is what my job has become. I've become a recognizable face to the costume store that I frequent. I was like, oh yay, someone that recognized me, someone that's been here since Halloween. Maybe you know, because I know for a fact it was here. Do you have that burger costume that's round and has holes in it and a head? And she goes, so what happens is we rotate branches, and sometimes we end up with our costumes like in the Kyalami branch or in one of the other branches, and they kind of like swap around. So I can see, we don't have it here at the moment, but I can see if they have it. Yes, please see if they have it. Thank you very much. Okay, cool, thanks, I'll be right back. And then I keep walking around the store hoping that maybe she's wrong and it's there somewhere and I'll find it, you know what I mean? Still with a duck and Michael Jackson. Yes, Michael Duckson. Yeah, exactly, Lady Claw. And she comes back, she says, actually, it's at our Kyalami. Well, she comes to me with a photo. She goes, is this the costume you're looking for? And she sends me a photo. She shows me a photo of it lying on the floor on a tiled white floor that someone has sent on WhatsApp. And I'm going, yes, that's exactly the one. Oh, it's in Kyalami. Kyalami is 30 minutes from here. Oh, no. We can get it sent here if you want. We can have it sent here. Yeah, but I kind of need it like in the next 2 hours. And she's going, And I'm going, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's not a problem. I'll make a plan. I don't need it that desperately. It's okay. And in the meantime, I'm checking Google Drive. I'm checking Google Maps to see just how long it's going to take me to get from this costume store to the other costume store all the way back home, and if that's going to give me enough time to be prepared for the stream that's supposed to start in Google Drive. Yeah, like Google Maps, because you're driving, you know what I mean? Google driving, come on, it's an honest mistake. That's an honest mistake. And it turns out that if I go to get that burger costume, and it's just the burger costume there that I need, if I go all the way there just to get this burger costume, then I will arrive home at 2:30 without any extra delays. I will arrive home at 2:30 in the afternoon, and the show starts at 3 p.m. And I was like, I could do it, but I'm taking a risk that probably isn't worth it. You know what I mean? And so my next instinct was like, okay, well, I can't just go home and do nothing. I've come all the way to the costume store now. I've got a duck head. I've got a Michael Jackson jacket. I've been to the costume store. I might as well get something more. So I look around, essentially trying to find like the most extravagantish award show type outfit that will work, most likely a suit. And I found this one, right? I was able to find this. I see this hanging on the thing, and I was like, you know what? We're not exactly like comic book focused. We're not exactly, superhero focused, but damn if this isn't an eye-catching freaking suit. Like, if they're like, even though it isn't necessarily directly on brand for us, it sure as hell makes a statement. So I just went, you know what? Let's get this. Let's meet halfway, sort of, and get something at least extravagant enough, you know. And I think in the end, the costumes worked out really nicely. I'll tell you another secret, because I did say we're spilling secrets. I almost forgot to put on the Michael Jackson jacket and Tina wig. I almost forgot to do that in the stream. You might have noticed, but I started the song, and then I was like, oh wait, this doesn't. I thought that was a bit. Says Hoblack. Yeah, I did hope that you would think that. That was the idea. I sat there and I was like, oh, I'm already in the song. Oh shoot, wait a second. Wait a second. I don't have the jacket or the wig on. And I was like, how do I get myself out of this? How do I get myself out of this so that I can get the costume back on? And I was like, no, wait. This doesn't feel right. How could we do the best costume award without wearing a costume? And so I saved it. I do think I saved it. Hold on. Here it is. Here's the exact moment. Come on. You got this. You'll get there. Truly, it wouldn't be right, would it? It wouldn't be right, would it, KALDEN? It wouldn't. Literally, this is literally me just having forgotten I went to get a costume that day, specifically for it. Oh, wait. Wait for it. Something doesn't feel right. Is that so? Oh, is that so? I feel like we can't. Hold on. I No, you're right. You're right. Something doesn't feel right. What doesn't feel right is that you spent money on getting a Michael Jackson jacket again the second time, and somehow you forget. Listen, there's a lot going on, all right? there's a lot going on in an award show like this. Trying to juggle everything, it's okay. It gets complicated. I'm trying to catch up on some messages here as well. It's so weird that they can rotate those between shops. Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense for them. Like maybe it doesn't perform well here and then it does well there or whatever. I don't know. Challenges you to use it outside of stream. If I get a burger costume, I have to use it outside of stream. That's true. Or we could use it more often on stream, but I don't know really how we do that. You know what I mean? I couldn't understand why the awards for 2024 are in April or May of the following year, though. Yes. Okay. So this is something that I have been considering. I've definitely been thinking about this. So what we used to do, so this is sort of how it's changed over the years. The first anniversary show we ever did was simply an anniversary stream. Like we did a subathon, and we got a bunch of friends on and people and stuff, and it was just a subathon anniversary stream. Then the next year I was like, you know what we need to do is like celebrate our anniversary by celebrating our year. And so what I did was I did exactly this, the award show, except all of the awards took place from April. It would essentially be from April 2024 to April 2025. And I did that for 2 years in a row. That was last year's top 100 were counted from April to April. And the previous anniversary show, which was our first award show, was also from April to April. But then I realized what I was facing was this sort of weird balance where it was like, hey guys, these are the top songs from April to April, or it's like over the last year from April to April. And I didn't like, it wasn't about a specific year. And I don't know, I felt like it maybe made more sense to do a January to January count. And this year was a good year to do that because we had a big break in streaming in 2023. So when we came back, we started at the end of Jan, and then, you know, went all the way till the end of this year to the start of this year with a solid amount of streaming. So it sort of made sense for me to do a January to January thing. But I'm still uncertain about whether or not that is the right way to do it. As you say, the one thing that sort of bothered me a little bit as well was the fact that a lot of people who just joined us in the past 4 months would still have, even if they were here for 4 months, would still have a big disconnect to the things that happened in 2024. You know, so you have this situation where people are expecting like Pink Pony Club to be on the list or whatever, and all of these new songs to be on there, but they obviously are not part of 2024. They only started in 2025, which has already been 4 months. So I agree with you that still feels weird. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do about that. I have considered possibly moving the Hammys I've considered potentially moving the Hammys to like early December. Like moving the Hammys to like it's the 1st of December or something like that, or, you know, like a end November, early December type of doing the award show then. Also because that's when I believe that's when most award shows like on the planet take place. They usually take place toward the end of the year, celebrating the year itself. And then essentially what I could do is count the year from December to December instead of January to January, if that makes sense. The only challenge then is that like this year we would have 2. I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you guys feel about having the Hammys be an entirely separate show to the anniversary. If I'm honest, I'm not too opposed to it, because I think we could then potentially still have more of a big deal for our anniversary stream. I don't know. I'd love to find out what your guys' thoughts are about like when the Hammys is happening, and how you feel about if you think it should be an end of year thing rather, or like what your guys' like thoughts are on that. I'd love to. The pudding, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is definitely something I've considered. Need to go to the grocery store, do it as a burger. Need to walk the dogs, do it as a duck. Filing your taxes, look like Tina Turner. I missed the start of Wednesday. You missed the start of Wednesday, so you might have missed. So you would have missed like the Twitch talk, and potentially collab stream and best clip if it had taken you that long to get in. Caught the VOD though. Says Hoplite was so happy Another Way got number 5. Yes, Hoplite, I believe you were the one. Hoplite, I believe you were the one who guessed that Another Way was in the top 5. I don't think anyone else mentioned Another Way when I asked on Monday, and I believe, as far as I remember, that you were the one who mentioned Another Way when we were asking what people thought the top 5 was going to look like. Do they have a rent to own program? I don't think so. No, unfortunately. Although they do put a number down when you rent them out. They put a number down that is the value of the item, so that if you lose it or like tear it or whatever, you have to cover that cost. So I don't know. I mean, I could just I wouldn't steal from a rental store that I still need to go back to. Got any burger suits? Dobbs, good to see you. Maybe next time you can use AI live on stream to make it look like you are wearing the burger costume. No, thank you very much. I'll rather get one. Because that's the time around when RJ was explaining, because that's the time around when we complete the year of streaming. Yeah, so that's what's interesting, is our year of streaming ends April 14th. So my original plan this year was for the Hammys to be on the 14th. Like, it was going to be the week of the 14th. It would be our proper anniversary celebration on April the 14th. April the 14th would have been our top 25 countdown, and then 16th would have been the Hammys, 18th would have been. That was the original plan. And then I got sick. And we had huge network issues, and it just I had to end up postponing it. So Duck walks into the costume store and he says to the woman working the store, "Hey, bum, got any burgers?" That's exactly what he says. I thought you did that on purpose to surprise us with the bit. That is how it worked out. You know, this is the thing. There's a lot of happy accidents that take place in a stream like this, where you kind of, although I will say this year it was pretty clean, but there are definitely very often like happy accidents where you kind of just gotta like play. You gotta play on with it. You can't like. You gotta roll with it at the same time. I'm fine with whatever, says Laby Claw. Twatch talk, no doubt. I'm fine with April to April, but if you want to flex your production powers by doing something else during the anniversary, splitting would be a good idea. Yeah, so that's the only thing I was thinking about now, where it's like, if we did the anniversary stream for a like end year celebration, like end of actual year, calendar year celebration, then, you know, we'd have the chance to still do something else for the anniversary. I'm not sure really which one it fits more. I think there's obviously a lot of understanding when you say this is the top song of 2025, instead of being like, this is the top song of our 4th year, which is 2024 April to 2025 April. There's obviously that little bit of like messiness when you do that, but I do think that after looking at this year's awards and maybe, looking at how sort of it felt for me to explain everything to everyone, that it's in my head, maybe it's got to be one or the other. Either the stream has to be in November and we do the year November to November and we count it as 2025, because then you can still do. You can count December of 2024 as 2025 because you just go from November to November. It's close enough. It's not as big of a difference as April to April. You know what I mean? Whereas if I'm going to do the anniversaries, if I'm going to do the Hammys in April, if I'm going to do the Hammys between like April, June, somewhere there, then I should probably have the countdown be, have the top songs be from April to April kind of thing, and consider it our yearly award show for the past year, the top song of the past year or whatever. Punch card, rent 9 wigs, get 1 free. Rent 9 wigs, get 1 free. That would be fantastic. I would have like 4 free wigs by now. Chat. Okay, I think what we take a look at now is we start taking a look at some of your guys' votes. Do you want to see how your guys' votes went? Who all in the chat did vote? Who out there is part of the 31 people that actually voted? Are you guys out there that voted for the stream? I voted, says Obby. I don't think that counts to the I don't think that counted on the survey though, unfortunately. I mean, I hear you voted, like that's really sick, but I don't think that counted on the survey. I voted even when I was kinda away. RJ voted, Lady Claw voted, Obby was voted. Obby voted. Well, let's take a look, because I have the form here. I'm not going to out everybody who voted. We got 31 votes over the course of the, I guess it was about half a month, like 2 weeks of voting that we did, which I think is great. I think we would have had more votes if I was able to stream more frequently while the votes were open. I really wanted to. I really, really wanted to, but then network issues and getting sick, which I think held me back a lot from getting more votes here. But 31 votes is still a really solid pool of samples, I guess is what you would call it. And we're going to start off with something that I found very interesting. Let's have a look. This is the survey chart. This is all of the I just outed everyone who voted. This is the chart from everyone who voted, everyone's combined responses to the survey. This includes all of the votes that you guys got to vote on. That was best collab stream, best guest clip, best music clip, best KALDEN clip, best costume, stream of the year, most loved songs. And the most loved original and most loved cover. Those were all the things that you voted on, which, to be clear, is majority of the award show. Aside from some of the twatch things like number of streams and the top emotes, top raters, notable viewers, and some of the other things that were not voted on but were awards were obviously the top streamed release, and then all of our top songs, song of the year. Those were obviously not voted by you. KALDEN bad for outing everyone. We're just doxing everyone's Twitch usernames. God forbid you find out that Luna Keller is called Luna Keller on Twitch and voted. Oh no, Luna's one of the votes. So something that I found really interesting was this little chart here. Out of all of the 31 voters, majority of you guys majority of you guys started watching the stream in 2021. Like that is super interesting to me, because I did not really expect that. It turned out in this case that majority of the people who voted were people who've been around for very, very long, which I thought was actually quite fitting. I thought was quite fitting in this case. The second category was 2024. So most of the people who've stuck around long enough and been involved enough to join the voting on the Hammys were from 2021 and 2024. So 2024 is, being such a large number, is perfect considering this is the Hammys for 2024. So that worked out really nicely. We got 3 people from 2025, and then 1 from 2023 and 2 from 2022. I'm not surprised these are smaller in this case, because we did not stream a lot in both of these years. And I don't know that we could retain so many viewers from these years because of that inconsistency. You know, I would stream and then I would go away for a month or 2, and then I would stream and then I'd go away for a month or 2. So someone would come, follow, think this is cool, and then I would disappear for a month. They wouldn't get used to watching me and returning, and then they'd, you know, not stick around probably. So these make sense to me. These make sense to me. You streamed a lot in 2024, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, exactly. I'm very happy to see that we have gained and retained a lot of people who joined in 2024. And you were going to block the 2024s from voting, was I? Wasn't I saying we were going to block the 2025s from voting because it was like you weren't there, you know? Like you weren't there in 2025, in 24? That kind of thing. I mean, I was joking. I was obviously joking, but yeah, you joked about blocking 2024 and 2025. Well, I mean, I'm certainly glad I didn't, but that would have been a very stupid idea. 12 voters from 2024, 13 from 2021. Then we asked how regularly you watch, and this is another one that I expected to be swayed like this. This is a bit of a strange question to ask when you are doing it as a survey, when like, you know, people are only gonna find out about this survey if they watch regularly enough to hear you tell them about it. So a quarter of them watched most streams. 8 apparently say most streams. Another 9 of them saying now and then 14 saying regularly. This makes sense to me. Most streams regularly and now and then. It makes sense that nobody who only watches the big events voted for this, because they were not there for me to you know, it's that it's the like fighter jet paradox. The returning jet paradox, where like you take a survey of all of the planes that come back from war to try to figure out where they're most, like where they are hit the most. And it's like, no, that doesn't make sense, because those are going to be all the planes that survivorship bias. That's the one where it's like, yeah, you can't take information from that, because the only ones that do come back are the ones that didn't get hit bad enough to not make it back, you know? And that's the same thing here, where it's like, I can't be like, oh, anyone on I can't here say that everyone on the planet watches most of my streams, most regularly watches my streams and watches now and then, because the people who didn't make it here are the ones who only watch the big events. But this is interesting to see anyway. Very cool to see there. Then we move on to your actual votes, chat. Yeah, first of all, I wanted to mention again the notable viewers from the Twitch countdown thing. That was really cool to see. I should open my slides here as well. There we go. Those are them. Those are them. We can do that. Yeah. So yeah, really, really cool to see so many streams here. Absolutely awesome. Again, this was also incorrect from Twitch's perspective. I actually calculated this from Twitch tracker. There's a website called Twitch Tracker where you can put your and other people's usernames in and track their streaming times and all of that stuff. So it was cool for me to see what our actual stats were on this, and 126 streams is absolutely awesome. I mean, that is quite literally that's one stream for every 3 days. One stream for every 3 days in the year. So we were very consistent, which is amazing. And 515 hours is really sick as well, because our average of streams is going up. Like, that's very cool to see. What's the difference between most and regularly? Yeah, so for me, the difference was like, do you come to almost every stream? Most is like almost every, because I wanted to say every stream, but even like that's not, not even RJ can say they're at every single stream, because sometimes they're away doing something else and they can't be there. You know what I mean? So I wanted there to be like I'm there all the time, every time, and then a separate one that's like I am there, like 2 days a week, or like I'm you know what I mean? Like I'm there regularly, like I'm always popping in, kind of a thing. Excuse me, I am offended. Well, it's true. It's true. You were. Remember that day you were traveling. You were doing the IT thing, and you were traveling, and you couldn't make it to the. Yes, it was that. You were there. Yeah, you were there for the hackathon. You're right. But then there would only be one person in that category. You know what I mean? I knew RJ was at all of them. I don't count RJ. I don't even count RJ on this, because I know that RJ is at every single one of them. I know RJ's at every single stream. So I don't want to make a category that's like, oh, only one person voted for this category. We know who that is because they're here literally every stream. You know what I mean? Like we don't want to, like we wouldn't do that, because that would be null and void. Like we know that, I'm always there, KALDEN, always. And apparently Hayden Pugs is too, because Hayden Pugs leaves my stream on. Yeah, Hayden Pugs is here right now, but permanently leaves my channel open, which is, first of all, crazy. Second of all, incredible. Thank you very much, Hayden Pugs, if you are watching at this very moment. So yeah, we would have had two people in those categories, Hayden Pugs and RJ. And so no, yeah, most streams is like I am there every single time. I am there. You know what it is? I am there 120 streams out of 126. You know what I mean? That's what most streams is like. I'm there pretty much every single stream. And regularly is like I'm there 70% of the time. I'm at 100 streams. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. The only time I missed a stream was when you surprise stream at my 2 a.m. without a heads up. Oh, those early streams. Yeah. I remember your early streams are also different. I have my account connected permanently to some channels, but that's mostly to mess with their watch time. Oh no, Bugzor. Is that really, are you going to mess up? Is that what Hayden Pugs is doing here? Okay. What were those? Oh yes, I was talking about the notable viewers. So yeah, these were our top emotes, our top raiders, These were our notable viewers. Twitch gave RJ, Lorena, Gofina, Linda, Labyclaw, Bugzor, Evie, RK the Great One. I want to see maybe if I can find out. How does Twitch choose top viewers? I'm here all the time, but you're the one who is offline. That's hilarious. Twitch prioritizes channel with high convert. No, I didn't ask top streamers. I said top viewers. Okay, maybe top isn't the right word. Let me just say notable viewers. Shut up, ChatGPT. You don't understand. Guide for those who want to grow or no. Oh my goodness. I'm just getting like streamer help. You want better viewers? You want more notable viewers? You want to get more viewers? Come here to use this link will tell you exactly how to get Dude, that's not what I'm asking. In the recap, huh? Maybe that'll explain it. Twitch chooses notable viewers in the recap based on their overall activity and engagement on the platform, particularly during the eligible window. The recap highlights viewers who have watched a significant amount of time, at least 10 hours, and those who have been active in engaging with content. It also considers factors like total hours watched, most watched categories in games, and the top streamers they've watched, blah, blah, blah. Hours watched, engagement, viewers who consistently return to the same streams are also recognized. Yeah, I mean, I guess it seems like they're not giving us exactly what it is, but it seems like a broad number of things. It's probably got I imagine it's got largely to do with who has the most hours in the chat as well. Twitch uses a combination of factors including total watch time and the number of unique viewers to determine top viewers per channel in its recaps. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That and engagement and probably contribution as well. It's probably noticing those types of things mostly. Hey there, Luolu, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so there we go. That was that. And then next up we had our best collab stream that we looked at, and you guys had the chance to vote on this one. Here it is, officially your first look at what it actually looked like with your votes. So best guest clip was fascinating because you guys here voted insanely for Poor Duck by Magic Manderfox. Granted, maybe you guys are so heavy on the duck in this one because you think this is going to be potentially the only thing with the duck in it when you vote for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, the duck here took 41% of the votes. 41% of the votes. I believe that this is one of the most swayed categories. What were your picks from all the votes? Right, I did want to mention that during the stream. We just had too much going on. My pick here was obviously Myrrh by Kyla Swart. There was no denying it for me, which is why when I lied to you guys, I used Myrrh by Kyla Swart because I with no doubt that was the one that I wanted to win, and it ended up getting second place here with 8 votes, and Top Gun with Louis Licks, that guitar solo that he played or the guitar riff that he played from, is this any bigger than it is here? No, it's not even. This is actually bigger. Yeah, so this was, hold on, let's do this. Get it even smaller and we can make it even bigger for you guys to see. Like that. There we go. Yeah, I definitely voted for Myrrh here. That's what she said. My goodness, Hoplite, terrible. Yeah, Myrrh was definitely top pick here, but I understood going into this that you guys were very likely to just pick anything orientated with anything associated with the duck here. I kind of expected that to happen. Next up, so in the end, the actual winner was Magic Manderfox, even though I gave it here to Kai before giving it to Magic again at the end of the stream. Linda's here. Good to see you, Linda. You arrived just on time. We were just talking. What did you guys vote for here, huh? If you voted, which one did you vote for? What was your pick out of this? I know you guys want to find out my picks. Linda, we're chatting a bit about what I chose in these votes as well. We've only just started, so you arrived just on time. RJ voted for Myrrh as well. RJ voted for Myrrh here. I didn't vote. I'll remind you again, I didn't vote. But yeah, so I didn't vote on these. Obviously, I have like a favorite pick out of these. But I did not vote for anything myself. I felt it was best for me to stay out of it rather. Which I don't know. Do you guys have a problem with me voting? Like if I were to vote once, obviously, just a single time. I don't know. It feels like I should probably stay out of it because I'm just the content creator. Best collab stream was also a runaway from Magic Manderfox here. Magic Manderfox took this one in her stride. 37.9% of the votes here. 11 people voted for Magic, and the rest were again quite evenly split. Quite evenly split here. Louis Lix took 7, Kai took 6, and Amy took 5. So the challenge that I do believe we face here is that a lot of you guys do watch Magic Manderfox as well now and then. So Magic is, I think, naturally gonna win this, unless the stream with that person is like I don't know. I want to say unless it's like a special event, but Kai had a special event stream with us, and she got 3rd here. So yeah, I voted for Louis. That riff was sick. Thanks, Hobla. Yeah, I mean, listen, he did an awesome job. I'm glad you voted for Louis there. 100%. I actually feel like you should vote also. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me feels like I should maybe not, because I'm like the, it's like I made the things. So does it make sense for me to be like, I don't know. I guess with a lot of this stuff, like I could, but I feel like for me to be unbiased in the award show itself is probably better, that I can say that you guys voted for. Like, it wasn't me. I didn't choose these things. This is all about this. Having a voting system and everything is all about you guys choosing your favorites. Whoa, Yeju. Oh my goodness. A Yeju raid? Oh, our notifications are muted still. I need to unmute those notifications. Hey there, Yeju. Good to see you. Oh my goodness. What's up? How you doing? Yeju? I wanted to tell you. I don't think you heard. Most likely you didn't hear. But your song did pretty well on our stream in 2024. Excuse me, accidentally hitting my looping station while I'm trying to tell you that. Yeju, your song placed 14th place. 14th place in our top songs for the year. It got requested 17 times over the whole 2024. So 14th place is, I'll let you know, 14th place is really good. We got a ton of songs. We've got like 400 songs in the list. So we played Fools in Love 17 times in 2024. Managed to make it all the way to top 14, which is really sick. Really sick. So shout out to you for that. Yeju, I saw you release a song as well. I didn't get a chance to listen to it. How's it been doing? Is it performing well? Are you feeling happy about it? You excited? I can imagine you must be excited. Those of you who are rating in, those of you who don't know me, my name is KALDEN Berg. I'm a singer-songwriter from South Africa, and I do a lot of original songs as well as a ton of covers. And this week we have been celebrating our anniversary in a way by taking a look at all of our top moments, top streams, top guest moments, top clips and everything from 2024. We had a massive Hammys award show on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we had a huge award show. It was an absolute amazing event. We had such a blast. It will be up on my YouTube. Ideally by the end of this month now. So if you want to see that, check out go sub on KALDEN Live. If you just want to watch the VOD, it'll be up on KALDEN VODs next week. So yeah, it was a real blast though. So that is a bit what we are talking about today. We are taking a look at exactly what you guys voted for, because I gave you guys the opportunity to vote in these awards, which was really, really sick to do. Again, I had done this 2 years ago, and we finally had the chance to do that again. Yeju says it's doing great. I'm happy I finally got to release it. Fantastic. That's really good. I'm glad that it's doing well. It deserves to. I listened to your new song a bunch. Just gorgeous. Congrats. Thank you, Yeju. Thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely need to make an effort to go listen to your. In fact, let me add it to my playlist right away so that I can make sure to do that. I'm loving all the album covers and the new like profile photo and everything. I'm really loving the vibes. Just loving the vibes. When the tide met the moon. When the tide met the moon, guys. If you've not gone to listen to Yeju's brand new release, please do that. Please do it. Cool. Adding it there, and I will make sure to. I'll make sure to go listen to it. Thanks, my pleasure, my absolute pleasure. And go follow Yeju on Twitch. Thank you so much, Yeju. I appreciate the raid. This is very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks a ton. That was best collab stream. You guys voted for Magic Mandafox in that. These were specifically our like in-person collabs. We had Luna come onto the stream for, I think it was for an hour at some point in 2024, but I didn't feel that it made sense to have that because it was only for like an hour. You know what I mean? Like everyone else had been there for a full stream, a full length stream. They were in person, so it just felt a little out of place. So that year I decided to rather focus on live in-person guests, you know. Yeah, there it is. Go click on that Spotify link, add it to your playlist. Can't wait until you upload the VODs. I missed clipped and recording Dark Side. You missed clipped and recording dark. Oh, you like as in you wanted to screen record that I was doing Dark Side and you missed it. Next up in your guys' votes, we had all our clips. And you guys again got to vote here. We had 4 options for you guys. It was this was music clip first. Yeah, we already did guest clip up there, which went to Poor Duck with Magic Mandafox. The music clip we had, if it will be my Twitch chatter, put up the lights. I'm just gonna sing the song now and one prime at a time. This is one of our first really close battles. This was really interesting to see which one would come out at the end. And by the end, it was a 2 vote difference. 2 votes difference between the version of Fast Car, where I just randomly started singing, I'm just going to sing the song now, I'm never going to sing in the song now, that whole thing. And If You'll Be My Twitch Chatter, which was the You Can Call Me Al version. Yeah, of that version of the twatch version of Call Me Al, you know what I mean? And those were the two closest ones there. 12 votes on the winner and 10 votes on second place, and then one prime at a time got 4 votes and Put Up the Lights got 3. So huge close battle here for best music clip. And then we go straight to the most loved section. Really? Did I skip something? Was there I separated the KALDEN category and the here's the KALDEN clips. The KALDEN clips here was pretty cleanly Vanishing Pick, which I found very interesting. For me, that clip wasn't really like, I don't know, that clip wasn't. Did you guys vote for Vanishing Pick? What did you guys vote for? This was super interesting to me. I didn't really think that this was I didn't think that this was like a big deal clip. I kind of put this, I almost didn't put this one in as an option at all, because I thought that the other ones were at least like a little bit funny. You know what I mean? Hilarious. I say that as Laby Claus says, you voted for Vanishing Pick. It was just too funny. I voted for because the disrespect was funny. Thanks, Obby. Thanks. I think you had a couple people voting with you there on that one. Hey there, Jaded Emperor. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. The vanishing pick was Magic, says Hoplite. You voted for that one as well, I'm assuming then. I feel like I voted for the Yeah one. Yeah, we had 8 votes on Yeah. That was second place. Then Something's Missing, where I reached for the guitar that wasn't there, got 7 votes. And the vanishing pick took it away with 14 votes, 45% of the votes. Crazy. And then the click rave only got 2. I will say that I do find it challenging to put them in a specific order when I put the video out, because I feel like the order of it kind of matters, you know, like the order in which you watch the clips might have something to do with it as well. That like the first clip is never going to be, you know, like I feel like the first clip's never going to be your favorite one because you don't have, it's not like outdoing anything yet. Like it starts, and if it's funny, you expecting it to be funnier than that as you go through. There's no solution to that. I just have to I just have to like put them together and see what happens. Poor Duck was first and it won. That's also true. That's also true. You are right. I'm doing great. I acquired VIP in Magic Stream. Hell yeah, Jaded Emperor. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congrats. And thanks for joining us. It's awesome to have you here. We currently got 123 viewers on a sort of just chatting stream. Crazy. Huge thanks to Yeju for that raid. Then we are taking a look at, I'm going to leave that one for next. We're going to take a look. We're going to sort of go in order, in order of the show itself. Also, hold on. Can I just do this? You want to know why I started the stream a little bit late? The reason that I started the stream probably 3 minutes late. Sorry about my wording. Big all over the place. I mean, I didn't get a chance to clip or screen record when Darkseid got named number 1. I was just too excited. That's great, Linda. Don't worry. That's perfect. We're definitely going to be putting them out as well. You don't have to stress about that. You start every stream 3 minutes late. That's not true. Not true. I'm here on time all the time. The reason I was late was because I was writing this out, because I realized right there that I was like, you know what? I actually don't pin that. Don't pin that to the channel. This is going to give us a bad impression. Don't leave a bad impression on our channel, RJ. How dare you? That's people are gonna think we're gonna be late all the time. We don't want them thinking that. It was for good reason this time. I'll tell you that. It was for good reason. Okay. I needed to have what I had originally thought about doing was making little cue cards to help myself remember what was coming next. Because the thing is with the slideshow, this is what it looks like when you make it. But when you do the slideshow, so when you're making it, you can see, the next thing up says, the next slideshow says your winner is, then it says Magic Manderfox, then it says, you know what I mean? But when you're in the slideshow, you can't see it. There's no knowing what's next. So you have to know what your slideshow is before you do it, so that you can set up, so that you can set up the things that are happening in the next slide, you know? Well, you are late almost all the time, except when provoked. I've always been on time, every time. I'm never ever late. So I ended up writing this out, and I'm telling you, this was I was very nearly. There were a few things that. The amount of time that I had to prepare for this stream that happened on Wednesday was 3 minutes less than I needed. That's in the I think about week and a half that I put this entire show together. I think there were 3 minutes somewhere. There were 3 minutes missing because right before the show started, I was writing out the entire set list. And chat, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3.5 pages long. The set list for the Hammys show on Wednesday is 3.5 pages long. Chat, that is just crazy. Just crazy. So I wrote that out to help me keep track of what was coming next, because I realized there were a lot of times where and it even sort of happened in the show when I go, oh, it's best, and up next, chat, we've got best guest collab, best guest clip. We've got best guest clip, chat, and by the way, the best guest clip is when the this and the that and also and this and this and so if you did this and you got the chance to vote on and this and that and the nominees were this one and that one, and then I click next slideshow and it's Amy who's supposed to be presenting best guest clip, who is then going to re-say everything that I just yapped to you that I shouldn't have said at all. And I realized that was happening while I was practicing the slideshow, while I was practicing all of these different things. So I knew I had to have it in front of me. Otherwise, there would just be too much I mean, this is, like I say, 3.5 pages. 3.5 pages of events that I had to remember. These are all slides that I had to know. I had to know what was next, what was after that. What am I going to say before this starts? What am I going to say before this one starts and that one and the next thing, you know? So I was literally writing this before the stream. Pre-stream, I was writing these 3.5 pages out. And that's why I was late. That's why I was a little bit late. But come on, it was not even 3 minutes. It was not even 3 minutes. All right, I was perfectly on time. I was fashionably late. Okay, the big award shows are always a little bit late. They have to be. And pre-stream chat distracted you. Yes, yeah, exactly. No, you're right. It is your fault. It is your fault. I probably did spend a collective 3 minutes responding to you and Rebecca. So you're probably correct. You're in fact, RJ, you're always right. You're always right, are you not? So I think you're right. It was chat's fault. It was chat's fault. And I'm glad that you agreed. You were not in pre-stream chat. No, you were there. I'm pretty sure you were there. I'm pretty sure it was you that was there. A queen is never late. Everyone is simply early. Exactly that. Exactly. Kinda. What's that? That's from Princess Diaries, right? Kinda. I watched that recently too. Chat, next up on the award show, we had best costume. This was, holy shit, was this close. Look at this pie chart, chat. Look at this. And you want to know the craziest thing? About this? So the red block here is the duck song. The duck song won. The duck song won here with 11 votes. 11 votes, chat. 11. I will tell you now, the duck song had 2 less votes the day before I closed it. The day before I closed these votes, the duck song, the duck costume, had 2 less votes. And the winners were exactly as Michael Jackson and Tina Turner are right now, with 10 votes each. 10 votes each. This is the most tied up chart you could possibly get. With 31 voters, you had 10 for Tina, 10 for MJ, 10 and an extra one for the duck costume. Just crazy. And though when I saw this happen, because I was very happy to see the Tina and Michael Jackson tie up, because like Kai put a ton of work into those makeups, like a ton of work, and she organized prosthetics for us for the Michael Jackson things to raise my cheekbones, to make my eyes look more sunken in, and she was blocking out my eyebrows for everything, and like she put a crap ton of work into these makeups. So I was so happy to see when these were winning. And then I left the votes open for an extra day. Because we had a tie and I thought maybe we could like fix that tie and have one winner. And then the duck costume got 2 extra votes in the last 24 hours. Insane. However, I will say that as much as like I believe that the Michael Jackson and Tina Turner costumes deserved the win more than the duck costume, I am happy that it happened, because if it wasn't for the duck costume taking the win here, I might not have realized just how much the duck was winning, and I might not have put in what for me became the like thing of these Hammys. Like that was the thing for this Hammys in my head was the fact that I was lying to you throughout the stream and then turning it around with the duck to reveal that the duck had won. Like for me, yes, it would have been a cool award show. It would have been cool to do an award show and it would have been a thing, but it wouldn't have had that spice. And that like extra spice is for me what I really try to look for in doing something like this, where it's like, yes, this is cool, but that extra spice is what I wanted. And the fact that duck costume won here as well was I think a really cool way to reveal that. Thank God for the duck telling us the truth. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna just the duck came through and spread the truth. And in case you delete the clip, I have it downloaded as well. You took a clip of me saying RJ is always right. Your fault. I probably did spend a collective 3 minutes responding to you and Rebecca. So you're probably correct. You're in fact, RJ, you're always right. You're always right, are you not? So I think you're right. It was chat's fault. It was chat's fault. And I'm glad that I'm just glad you got that whole clip. I'm just glad you got everything in that clip. You know what I mean? You didn't manage to cut anything else out. Hey there, Dan Ash, good to see you. How you doing, Pokemon Master Dan Ash? Lovely to have you here. Hope you're doing well. You got today off? Hell yeah. Amazing. Be back soon. Sorry, no stress, Linda. But will you reveal the uncensored version of the video I made? I will. If you're keen for me to do that, I definitely was considering doing it today. That was part of my plan. You sent it to me, so I was like, we're gonna make use of that because that was funny. I don't discriminate, says RJ. All right, okay. Whatever you say. So yeah, best costume I believe was the closest tie we had. I mean, this is so close to a 3-way tie. It's crazy. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done if this was a 3-way tie. I really don't know what I would have done. Because they're so like the Michael Jackson and Tina Turner costumes are so separate to the duck costume that to just be like, oh cool, or it was a 3-way tie between this one and this one, it would have been like, what do you mean? Like, like I don't know, it wouldn't have felt jacket and wig over the duck. Yeah, okay, sure. So I might have done that. But it would have felt so weird. So in the end, I don't know. While my heart would have wanted the MJ costume and the Tina Turner costume to win, I might have. I do think that this worked out for the sake of this year's like that added shenanigan. You know what I mean? Teehee Duckson. That's ridiculous. Laby Claw. That's ridiculous. Then chat, we had Stream of the Year. Stream of the Year was the next award that we gave out, which is right here. This one, there was also no real competition here. It was pretty clear here that the Duckathon was taking it, and it was taking it like from the start as well. Second place, however, was the 100 songs in one stream. last year's Hammys, the Hammys top 100 last year. And third place was Halloween, and then Ken and Barbie. Oh, you guys have been asking me for my top picks, right? So if you want my picks, guest clip of the year, I would have given to Kai's Myrrh, which came second. Would definitely have given that. Best collab stream. This is tough for me to say though. Geez. The challenge I face with Kai in this category is that when she comes in, it's very often to heighten a stream. You know what I mean? It's not so much that she spends the whole stream with us doing something, and it's not always a fully collabed stream, if you understand what I'm saying. Like even the Halloween streams, like she comes in as a featuring guest, you know. I'm not going to choose from this category though. That's too difficult for me to do. I'm not going to do that to my friends. Best music clip, I would have chosen this is also a tough one. I might have chosen If You'll Be My Twitch Chatter. I think I would have chosen that one. I also sort of expected that one to do better because it mentioned the duck. Like at the end of this clip, I go with that roly-poly little duck-faced duck, and I fully expected that to be the thing that took this over the second place to first. But in the end, it didn't. Best KALDEN clip, I would probably have picked Something's Missing, because that was just, for me, a ridiculous thing to happen. Like it just reminded me how much of this is muscle memory. I'm just fully muscle memoried going to reach for a guitar that isn't there, and then turning around and I haven't used that guitar all stream. If I saw someone do that would have messed me up, and then I did it myself, so I would have thought that was really funny. Best costume here, I would most likely have chosen Tina Turner. I don't know, there's just something here about, like, there's something that is so fun about getting into drag like that. Like, as a dude, you don't often have the chance to, like, put makeup on and a lipstick and wear a dress. Like, this, like, doing the drag stuff is probably the most out there I can be on the stream, in the sense that, like, out there in the sense of, like, extreme in terms of costumes, you know? Like putting a duck head on and a duck costume and a jacket or a thing and putting on a full duck costume, I am still underneath that costume. You know, you can't see me, you just see the costume. So in your head you go, this is a crazy costume, you know? And the Michael Jackson zombie look is like, that's just, for me, that's just cool. Like that just looks sick. Like that doesn't, there's no like, it lacks that little, I don't want to use the word embarrassing here, because it's not like embarrassing, but that it lacks that edge of like self-consciousness. You know what I mean? Like being self-conscious in a costume, like gives that costume that little bit extra of like you're pushing yourself to do something. You know what I mean? Gives you that extra adrenaline. And so I would definitely have chosen the Tina Turner look. And I think Kai did such an awesome job with it too. So I definitely would have given the best costume to Tina Turner if it was up to me. Best stream event between the Duckathon, Halloween Returns, Ken and Barbie, and 100 Songs of Stream. I would definitely have chosen the Halloween streams. Ken and Barbie was lots of fun. And I enjoyed putting it together. And for me, it was a very cool concept, the idea that I came up with. Oh my goodness, we're getting so many raids today. Whoa. Alora, thank you so much. Welcome in. Wow, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome in. How are you doing? How is your stream? Oh my goodness. Um, those of you who don't know me, my name is KALDEN. I'm a singer-songwriter from South Africa. Yeah, I do a lot of original songs on my regular streams, and I do a lot of a ton of covers. We've got like 400 covers or something. And they're all beautifully organized. Stream all good, thanks. Are we singing today? Not really singing today. Unfortunately, today I'm focusing a lot on talking a bit about our big event that we did this week. On Wednesday, we had a massive award show. We did a huge award show that we called the Hammys, and it was celebrating our year of 2024 and all of our like biggest songs, best, most requested songs, top clips and everything. And our community got the chance to vote in those clips as well, which are what we are looking at here, sort of just opening up exactly how those votes went, you know. But we do sing. I do a lot of singing. We sing. In fact, next week we'll finally be back to a proper music stream week. This whole week has sort of been focused around this event. I mean, on Monday we sang our top 25 requests. So we sang 22 songs in that whole stream. It's complicated. 22 isn't 25. Don't worry. It's a long story. But we did a lot of singing on Monday. Wednesday was our massive award show that I had a ton set up. We had guests join us and everything, and the VODs are going to be going up on YouTube next week. And I'll be making a video for our main channel that will probably come out towards the end of the month, because it takes a lot of time to edit 4 hours down into a ideally shorter than half-hour video. So that'll probably come out towards the end of the month. But do follow us. We do a lot of different genres. I focus very heavily on I actually don't have too much of a focus. That's probably the truth. I do a lot between folk and rock. That balance is sort of where we sit, somewhere between folk and rock, is I guess how you would say it, and everything in between those things. Yeah, I guess that's probably the best way to do it. I also do original music as well. If you want to hear what my voice sounds like, go check out my music on Spotify, Apple Music, on YouTube, or wherever it is that you are. Click that link there in the chat. Laura, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you coming through. I'm sorry we're not singing today, I'm sorry we're not doing that today. But I appreciate you coming through, and I appreciate it a ton, and hope you had a fantastic stream. Of course, singing or not, wanted support. Thank you. I do appreciate it. One thing that we are talking about next is the category in our award show that went by the name of the most loved section. The most loved section was made up of our most loved covers and our most loved originals. So chat got the chance to choose between the top 10 covers and the top 10 originals, and they had to choose their favorite out of them. I did this because, once again, like, I know from my listening habits that I usually don't listen to my favorite song the most. So you could be doing the same. The most requested song might not necessarily be your favorite one. And so I wanted to give chat the opportunity here to choose. And this is a very interesting category, because with 10 options, the votes were pretty split up, except they weren't that split up. I'll tell you they weren't that split up, because the most loved cover section looked like this. Quite split up, no doubt, but still by the end, the most loved cover went to the Duck song, with 7 requests over second place, which had 4 requests. In second place, Teenage Dirtbag. So shout out to those voters who voted for Teenage Dirtbag. What did you guys vote for here? I wonder if there are any songs that didn't get any love on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, every single song got a vote. Every single song got at least a vote. So the top requested cover, I'd love to find out from Linda what she voted here, because most likely Linda voted for Dark Side here. What did you guys vote for? I'd love to find out. I would love to find out what you guys were voting for here as well. Also, thanks, RJ. Thank you. 22% of the votes went to the Duck Song here. Second place went to Teenage Dirtbag with 4 votes. And then we had a tied third place, a 4-way tie in third place with Dark Side, Follow the Sun, I See Fire, and Danger Zone. The ones that were then more left out with 2 votes each went to I'm on Fire, Fools in Love, Orange Juice, and Never Gonna Give You Up, the further down. I don't remember what I voted for. Hoplite went with Fools in Love. I think that makes sense. I mean, I think Fools in Love was largely up there because of you requesting it. And I think we play it very often when Lieju does raid us. We often play it for them when they join. Then, chat, we had the most loved original section. And this ended up going largely, hugely to Darling, which I thought was absolutely awesome. This whole section was quite a surprise to me because our top most loved original went to Darling with 8 requests, more than the Duck Song got for the most loved section. So arguably, you could say Darling is the most loved song. Darling got 8 votes here, 25.8% of the votes. Really, really cool. Second place, quite close with 2 less votes, was Cold Coffee. That's so interesting to me. That's fascinating. And in third place, we had tied Another Way, Tragedy, and Wait. Those 3 being together is also like this is really fascinating to me. After that, we had Counting Sheep with 2 votes, Love Struck with 1, Sugar Rush with 1, and Talking Louder with 1. Is this 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What song didn't get a vote? There's a song here that didn't get a vote. Was it Counting Sheep? No, Counting Sheep got 2. It was Rain. See, that's what I'm saying. Rain made it into our top 10, did it not? Am I wrong about that? Where did Rain end up? Oh, Rain ended up in 12th place. Rain ended up in 12th place, which I was blown away by because I was like, I didn't feel like anyone was requesting this song. And it got played 19 times in 2024. 19 times. I mean, I remember RJ, I remember that you requested Rain a few times, but I was blown away to see it that high up. Because I don't believe that you requested it 19 times, but it could be. Cold Coffee is an instant classic, bro. I'm very impressed that Cold Coffee was so high on this section. I very much expected Wait to do the best here because of like its most recent attention. You know what I mean? Like we've been giving Wait a lot of attention recently with the release and the playing it so much on stream in preparation for the release. And all of that stuff. I really expected Wait to be top song here. And for Darling and Cold Coffee to be first and second here is really cool for me. Like, that's really awesome. I love that because as I said in the show as well about Darling specifically, like it shows such a longevity for these songs. Like people are still listening to them and they still love the songs themselves. And that's very cool to me. So really cool to see that. I think that's a perfect example of what you were saying where the most requested isn't necessarily your favorite. Exactly. Because Darling placed 4th, which would have been then second most requested original, and Cold Coffee placed 14th with 17 requests over the course of the year. And yet it makes it to second place, second most loved original, which is really cool to see it, see all of it still getting so much love. I believe that those are all of the things that you guys voted on. I don't think we had any more. Yeah, we didn't have any more votes. Those were all of them. I think if I were to choose, because I am supposed to choose here as well. If I were to choose most loved cover, it would definitely not be the Duck Song. Instead, it would most likely Oh, this is tough. I'm also incredibly surprised that 2024 Never Gonna Give You Up made it to top 10. I mean, ridiculous, ridiculous. It would be in my head a tough battle between Teenage Dirtbag and I'm on Fire. And for that reason I would probably most likely sway to I'm on Fire because I've been playing it. Obviously, we play it quite a bit now. Linda requested quite a bit, but I really, really enjoy playing that song. And if I were to choose most loved original, Counting Sheep, Cold Coffee, Another Way, Sugar Rush, ooh, Tragedy, Talking Louder, Wait, Darling, Love Struck, or Rain. I'd probably go with Counting Sheep, hey? I'd probably go with Counting Sheep. Feels like a strange one for me to choose, but I'd probably go with Counting Sheep. Counting Sheep has been a favorite of mine for a long time, though. Counting Sheep has been a favorite of mine for a long time. I really enjoyed making that song. I enjoyed the process. I think it's a really cool, clever song, and I really enjoy playing it as well on the electric guitar now. I can play it so much better than I used to, so I love playing that when I get the chance. I also want to say that not everyone voted on all of them. Like here, 3 people didn't vote for best music clip. 3 people didn't vote for best collab stream, and I did try to make an effort to tell people ahead of time that if they didn't know any of the things in the category, then to rather stay away from just voting randomly. If you feel inclined to vote for something, then vote. But if you don't know about it, or you don't don't just click randomly. Like here, best stream event. So if you didn't see any of these streams and you don't know what any of them were about or any of them, then to rather not vote than to just vote randomly. And it seems that there were people that did that, so that is good to see as well. Those were all our votes for the Hammys. You guys all there were a couple of tight calls there, a couple of songs that really just and categories where the winner just took it away. I did vote, says Dave. Nice. This is one of those anonymous HR surveys. What's cool, and I'm not gonna share it, but I am able to see exactly who voted for what. I can scroll through all 31 separate votes. So I can fully here's RJ's votes. Let's take a look at what RJ voted, huh? Let's have a look, see what RJ voted for, huh? RJ said they were here from 2021. That's true. They were here from 2021. Would you like to explain yourself here? Would you like to explain how you came to this conclusion? Is it maybe that it's maybe because you're not is this what's happening? You're sorry. So no, wait. You're assuming regularly means every single stream. Is that right? Is my wording wrong here? You're assuming that regularly means every single stream? Is that where my confusion is coming from? Or no? Yes? Okay, maybe next time I'll try to word it more. Or maybe next time I'll try to word it a little bit better, or put a parentheses in there, because certainly for me regularly is less than most streams. in my head regularly meant is, sorry, did I word that wrong? Are you guys on the same page as me with that or no? Do most of us agree with that statement? Is regularly more than most, or is most more than regular? Which way around is that? And I'll be clear, I put these in this order because of that. I said only big events. Now and then, regularly, most streams. Like that's exactly. You assumed by the order the options were in. Exactly, 100%. It was like only the big events means you show up like a couple times a year. Now and then means you show up a couple times a month. Regularly is like a couple times a week. And most streams is like I'm there almost every single stream. I only miss a couple streams a month kind of thing. You know, RJ's left. If you're confused, that's fine. Then that's on me. If you were confused, that's on me. It's on me. I just found this funny after I said that. I just found it funny after I said that, like, that most streams meant not like that RJ would have been in that category. And then you were like, what do you mean I'm at every stream? I get what you're saying. I get what that confusion might have been. Hard to say, to be honest, but it was intuitive based on the order. Right. Okay. No, don't worry. Next time I'll be clear to put the parentheses and explain that a little bit better. RJ then continued to vote for Mur. Good vote, RJ. Good choice, RJ. Also then voted for Kyla Swat on best collab stream. Good choice. I'm fully doxing you here, RJ. I'm going to do it for the fun of it. I'm 100%. And I need to see if there's a duck in here. I need to see if there's a duck in here. In the music category, RJ voted for If You'll Be My Twitch Chatter, 100%, because there's a duck mentioned at the end of that. Orange Juice, 100% expected. Wait, fully expected. Kalden clip, yeah, okay, cool. Best costumes. Michael J. Okay, cool. Good vote. No, good vote. Good vote. RJ, Ken and Bob. Okay, not the duckathon. Ken and Bob. Aw, you chose the Ken and Bobby stream? That's so nice of you. I enjoyed that stream too. And honestly, who's better to vote in this poll in this survey than RJ? You know, RJ was here at every single stream for almost every single moment of them. You know, you will only find a duck here if I die. And that was that. Yeah, that was it. Anyone else want to look at their votes? Who voted? Anyone else who voted want to have a look at their votes? Yeah, that's just looking at the individual responses from the votes. There's Obby's votes. Obby was probably just the duck song the whole way, right? Obby, you were just duck song the entire way. Regularly, yeah, poor duck. There's poor duck. Poor duck for Obby. Magic Man Fox, cool. Just gonna sing the song now. Cool. Dark Side. Oh, taste. Got taste, huh? Got some taste. Darling. All right, another Darling voter. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah. Best costume. I knew it. Look, I understand this from your perspective, Obby. I do understand this from your perspective. This does add up for me. Considering that you never wear a costume ever. You know what I mean? You never ever wear a costume. So like that, you know what I mean? That's totally that totally adds up for me because of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's never mind. You also chose the Ken and Barbie stream? What? Obby also chose the Ken and Barbie stream? Oh, man. You guys. Your logic is good. They're very close. Let me put it this way. for you. I went with the meaning of the words and not the order of placement. Maybe that's on me, but I don't know. By regularly, I meant I never missed a single freaking stream, be it after modship or before. I was here all the time from beginning to the end of from the first second to the last hour. No doubt, RJ. And I don't have to explain what I meant, and my receipts and watch time should explain it all to you all. We know that you're here all the time, RJ. We know. I was making a joke. I know, don't worry. The Hammys turned into a big scandal. Yeah, by revealing all the secrets, I meant showing exactly who voted for the freaking Duck song. Bring them out. Line them up in a row. Line them all up in a row. We're exposing people here. Exposing every single one of yous. No, yeah. Not really a good joke when you question someone. I wasn't questioning your loyalty. I was questioning you clicking on regularly because I thought you had assumed. I thought that you were saying that you aren't here so often, which I found funny because you are here all the time. That's what I was thinking. Was like, it feels weird. It's funny for me for you to choose regularly when I assume regularly means that you miss a stream every now and then, when it's obvious that you belong in my head in the most streams section. But it is true though. It is true what I was saying. I didn't want to create an every stream category because like only I was going to say 1% of our viewers would vote for that, but it's like it would be you. Like there are very few people who can say that they come to every single stream. Honestly, like I know a lot of our chatters are here literally most of the time. Like they're here every single stream. They only miss like a stream every month, you know? But so I didn't want to put it like every stream because I knew that most people were going to be like, but you know, I miss a stream now and then. So I can't be on I can't say every stream, you know what I mean? So that's why I made it most streams. So yes, I should have put it in like parentheses, but I think most people understood based on the order as well. But sure, next time I'll definitely put in parentheses to be like only big events means couple times I watch couple times a year. Now and then means I watch couple times a month. Regularly means I watch couple times a week, and most streams means I almost never miss a stream kind of thing. You know what I mean? But even then, as I say that, yeah. So it's like it doesn't really make sense for me to put every single stream in the same way that doesn't necessarily make sense for me to be like never watches a stream because then they wouldn't be here, you know. So no, I'm never questioning your loyalty. Of course not. I couldn't even force myself to do that. There's no way that I could do that. Everyone here understands how often you are at this stream. Everyone. And I meant it on Wednesday when I was saying that, like, I genuinely believe you are actively here more often than I am, because sometimes I'm in a stream and my brain is switched off and I'm singing songs and there's not much going on there, you know what I mean? And then I'm able to rely on you, and I know that. I think everyone knows that. He wanted it documented properly. Kalden barely makes every stream. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Chat, I'm going to take this chance here now I'm going to take this moment here to give you the opportunity to ask any questions that you have, huh? Is there anything that you wanted to know about the Hammys? Anything that you guys wanted to find out about the process, or about what, did you have any thoughts on how it went, on what you think we could do better next time? Is there any like fun ideas you think we could do next time? Things like that. I'd just love to open it up for you guys. Were there any results that surprised you? Well, that's the thing, is like, I knew that all of these were mostly pretty close. Darling being most loved cover did surprise me. And again, when I say it surprised me, I'm not saying I don't think it deserves to be there. What I'm saying is that I really thought it was going to go to a song that was being requested more regularly this year, because I don't think Darling is getting a lot of requests this year. I know in 2024 it did pretty well, so I expected it to be top 5, but I didn't expect it to be the most loved original, because we're not giving it so much love this year specifically, like within the past 4 months. So for us to get to April and you guys still all voting for Darling was definitely a surprise for me, and a very pleasant surprise. I truly mean it, that it's a good sign for me as a creator, as a person who releases music, that you guys are still loving the song that I released a year ago, more than a year ago at this point. So that was very cool for me to see. That was no doubt very cool for me to see. I think about any other like categories that surprised me specifically. I don't know. Obviously all the duck things were like, I was hoping they wouldn't just win. I was hoping the duck wouldn't win just every single category, but at the same time, there was an understanding in my head that might happen. So when it did proceed to happen and you guys voted a lot for the duck, I wasn't very surprised. You know what I mean? Dave says, I may have voted I may have voted duck a couple times. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think also that like the difference is that, you know what I think it is? I think it is this. Here, this is how I believe it went this way. Here, no, don't stress, RJ. Don't worry about it. I think this is. Let me explain. This is how I think the duck ended up coming out on top. There are people who have been here since 2021. 42% of our voters. 42% of our voters were here since 2021. Now, I think this group of people have been here long enough that they have serious favorites. You know, they've got songs that are like their favorites. They know exactly what they're going to vote for. And when it comes to clips and costumes, they have streams that they were at, that they were most likely to vote for streams that they were at, costumes that they got to see in person when they were in that stream. They're going to vote for those moments. They're going to be very careful about what they choose to vote for. They're choosing very carefully because they've been here for literally 4 years, you know. So 42% of people are being very careful and particular about their votes. I don't think those are necessarily the people that were voting for the duck everywhere. You know what I mean? I think those are the people who, yes, some of them might have, and if they did, it's because they really enjoy the whole duck shtick that we have going on. You know what I mean? With the whole like playing it every now and then, you guys forcing me to do it and stuff like that. If they voted for the duck, it's for that reason. Then the other large majority of voters here were from 2024. 39% of our voters were from last year, joined us in 2024. And I think those are largely the people who will see the duck involved in votes and go, that's very funny to pick, and that is a funny thing, and it's a fun, ridiculous, exciting characteristic about KALDEN's stream that I think makes the streams more enjoyable and like ridiculous and shenanigans, you know? And I think those are the people that are likely to vote for the duck in those situations. So I think that what you end up having is you get those voters from 2021 splitting up largely. They split up going to all of their like separate favorites that they have across the stream. And a lot of voters from 2024 who don't necessarily have like deep rooted favorites yet, who are most likely to choose the fun option, like the fun, ridiculous, shenanigan option. And I think, if I'm honest, that I think that is how we end up in this situation where the duck proceeds to win. I mean, I think let's have a look. So the duck won. The duck here won. That's 1 from guest clip. 2 because of most loved cover. 3 best costume. 4 best stream event. So it won. The duck won 4 of the votes, out of which it was involved in. This is gonna be tough to realize, because this is unfortunately the truth, is that the duck was involved in 4 votes. The duck was involved in 4 votes, and it won all 4 of those votes. I mean, you could maybe argue that the duck was involved in the music clip, because right at the end I say little duck-faced duck thing right at the end, but I don't think that's enough to make it like a duck-orientated thing. So the duck won every vote that it was in, which is something that I was honestly like afraid would happen. But I also understand that it is a part of our stream. It is a part of our stream. It is a big part of our stream that we enjoy, like the shenanigans around it and stuff. So like it is a part of our stream. So I think though that is how that happens. Like I think this very much reveals why that is the case. It'll be exciting to see how things go next year, and in any other situation in which we get polling like this, because we'll have a lot of people joining from 2025 as well. And then we'll have an even more spread out like timeline of people who've been here for a long time. How can we see my votes? I actually forgot what I voted for. I forgot if I voted for any of the ducks. We can look. Hold on. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You should be individual 11. And then we can look for you. Nope, they're not in that order. That's tough. Oh goodness. Okay, we're gonna have to scroll through it then. I would have to scroll through all of them. Yeah, these were forced responses, so we definitely had all the who voted this isn't in order. Damn. It was placed appropriately, you say? I mean, I don't think I did, but I may be wrong. I do legit enjoy it, you say, Dave? You legit enjoy the duck song? Oh wait, I can share. No, wait, I can't, never mind. I can't I wanted to check it based on. Yeah, you can't do it based on the response in the first question. Yeah, it depends. Depends on how deep into this thing it put your name, and if I've already scrolled past it already. Yeah, maybe next time. Yeah, but I do want to say a big shout out and thanks to those of you who did vote. It's really cool to be able to do this kind of thing. It's very cool to be able to put this kind of show together. I had a lot of fun putting it together. I had a really great time doing that. And I think it's a really cool concept for a stream, you know? I don't think there's any other music streamer doing an award show for their community. Like, that feels like a pretty cool thing, you know? So a pretty cool and unique thing. So I really enjoy putting it together, and I think it's very fun. I would love to. I was telling Kai before she got back, even I think it was on Thursday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday morning. No, you know what it was? It was on Tuesday. It was on Tuesday. It was the day before the Hammys. Um, I've been watching a lot of a media company called Dropout. Some of you might know Dropout. I don't know. It's like they very much took the space that College Humor was filling originally, which I wasn't really watching, but I'm a big fan of Dropout. I'm subscribed to their platform because they have their own media platform that puts out all their videos, and I've been watching a lot of Dropout, specifically the D&D plays, the like campaigns that they shoot on there. um and I've been enjoying that a lot, and it's the and obviously Game Changer. If you watch Dropout, you most likely know Game Changer as well. Game Changer's their like big, um what would you call it? It's a game show. It's a game show. A big game show called Game Changer, and I've been watching a lot of that, and it's sort of been like really motivating me to try to put on some more events and try to figure out more interesting ways for us to interact, not only with each other, like me interacting with you, but and the platform, but also me interacting with other streamers and seeing what I could do with other streamers in this, in this, I want to say universe, but you know what I mean, in this space that we have. And I really enjoyed putting the Hammys together, and I think I've got a pretty good eye for putting shows together like this, and I think it would be something that I would enjoy doing. And so I'm considering, not considering anything, but I'm passively I'm passively thinking about what more I could do and what fun stuff that I could do. What fun kind of shows I could do that could involve other streamers and potentially be like a regular thing that we could try to do and bring streamers on every now and then. Because I know you can have streamers come on and chat with them, and like Luna does. Luna does. What's it called? What does she call it? Damn, I've been on it and I've forgotten the name now. The name has left me. But Luna does a show where, like, I don't know, every now and then she'll have an artist join her on stream, on a video call, and then they'll talk about music, talk about their experiences. She'll interview them, and then they'll like play a song. Luna will play a song, and then the guest will play a song, and then Luna plays a song, and the guest plays a song, and they all kind of, you bounce back and forth like that, and you ask each other questions and talk about music and other things in streaming and whatever it is you discuss, which is a really fun way to interview singers. It makes sense to do that, and I enjoy that kind of thing. But I do personally feel like they're like with Luna doing that, and there being, interviews are fun, but I would love to try to figure out a way to engage the musical hangout. Wow, it's literally just the like, that's the exact name. It's like, just describe it. It's a musical hangout. That's what it is. That's the name. I would just like to try to find out if I'd love to try to figure out if there's a more, not more, it's a different thing. It's a totally different thing to like interviewing an artist and playing songs. I think that works so nicely for Luna because she's such a fantastic interviewer. She's really, really good at like hosting and asking questions and listening to you while guiding a conversation. She's really fantastic at doing that. And I think I would love to try to figure out a way for me to use my skill of putting shows together like this and figure out a way to bring other artists and other streamers, and not even streamers, but just other singers, into a kind of situation where we're doing something that is musical but is almost a game in a way. I'd love to do that kind of thing more. So I'm trying to sort of passively think about what ideas that could be and what that would look like for us, as a community, and what ideas sort of would suit us. always happy to take your ideas too. So if you got any, shout. I watch Smosh a lot. They collaborate with Dropout sometimes. Yes, I have seen some collaboration stuff from them. Dropout is fantastic. Those guys are awesome. Hoplite, I found your votes if you want to see them. Oh, I've got such a knot in my back from playing tennis because I was sick for like a week and a half, and I didn't play tennis for 2 weeks, and then I got back into it and played like 4 hours on the first day, and then 4 hours a day later, 2 days later, and I am stiff. I feel like I have a tennis ball between my shoulders. Now I have to get you into Smosh. I haven't been watching lots of Smosh specifically. You could even consider doing it IRL, says RK. Yeah. I think if there would be a way to have an IRL version of it, that would be cool, so that I could introduce local artists or singers as well, singers that I know, performers that I know. But I think obviously an online version has a bit more longevity because I know a lot more artists online, and I have access to a lot of streamers at the start, especially. Because also doing it with streamers would be a big advantage because you spread the word too very quickly. Oh yeah, you never answered how the social went. Just too busy on Wednesday. The social on Tuesday. It went okay. I was sick for 2 weeks before playing this week, so I played again yesterday, and only really started feeling good again yesterday. So Tuesday went all right. I lost my first game. I lost my first game 4-1. Then I lost my second game 5-0, which was, by that point I was ready to go home because I was just not playing well. And then the next person I played against was having a really bad tennis day as well, and I managed to beat them 4-1 I think 4-1, which made me feel a lot better. And then the following game I won 3-2 or something like that. So it was very so-so, you know. But yesterday went a lot better, and I'm feeling a lot better playing at the moment, you know. Okay, Hoplite, you wanted to look at your votes. You said regularly, which obviously means you came to every single stream, right? That does mean. I'm kidding. Best guest clips, Hoplite, you voted for Mur. Nice, good choice. You voted for Louis Elixir. I know you enjoyed the electric guitar stuff, so very cool. You voted here for I'm Just Gonna Sing This Now, which was the winner in the end, so congrats to you. You voted for Fools in Love, as you said. I know you request this one a lot, so you did request this one a lot in 2024, so that makes sense. Most Loved Original, you requested Another Way. Again, this makes sense. You were the one who expected this one to make it into the top 5. I think you are also one of the few that are requesting that one quite a bit. KALDEN clip, you chose Vanishing Pick. From my memory, you were there when that happened, if I'm not wrong. Best costume, you voted for Michael Jackson. Sick. And best stream event, you voted for Top 100. Fantastic. Good clean votes. Huh? Some nice, very good duck-free votes. Nice. No ducks, perfect. Exactly. Yeah. Nice, good, clean votes. How are you doing, RK? Also awesome to have you here, by the way. Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, right. Abby, so I wanted to mention to you guys, because Abby mentioned this, so I'll show it to you guys. Abby hosted our best costume award. Here. Abby hosted our best costume award, and I'm gonna have to share it like this. Yeah.
Hey beggars, it's me again, Abby the Bird.
Abby hosted our best costume award, and it got a little bit ridiculous, we'll say. It got a little bit crazy, to the point where, yeah, this
Anything I say here would get censored.
here, this is
Himself into some weird positions. Calden,
here. Really mature content? Swear warning? Does Abby swears here? This is you can't count that as swearing. Abby bleeps it.
and he wrote, Calden loves to get
Here, okay, hold on. This is we need to stop.
Alright, let's get back
Here.
to announcing this year's winner of Costume of the Year. Calden loves to get himself into some weird positions. You know, Calden wrote that himself. He gave me a script and he wrote, Calden loves to get himself into some weird positions. Calden,
Now, first, to explain myself here, I did write that in the script. I did put Kalden likes to get himself into some weird positions. What I meant by that was, like, you're in a pretty weird position if you're in a deep, like, if you're like fully in a duck costume, or like you're in a pretty weird position when your own girlfriend is putting drag queen makeup on you and blocking out your eyebrows and helping you put a wig on and putting lipstick on your face. You know what I mean? You're in a pretty weird position when, like, your girlfriend is trying to make you look like a vampire, but also Elvis Presley at the same time. You know what I mean? That's what I meant by that. That's what I meant by that.
oh my god, it's in my mouth.
Okay, I'll boost. Here's the volume.
Alright, let's get back to announcing this year's winner of Costume of the Year. Calden loves to get himself into some weird positions. You know, Calden wrote that himself. He gave me a script and he wrote, Calden loves to get himself into some weird positions. Calden, I can't comment on your weird positions. Anything I say here would get censored.
I will say, it wasn't on purpose, but it was also the perfect. It was also the perfect ammunition for Obby. Like, every time I send Obby a script of some kind from now on, I'm always going to make sure that there's a little something in there that's like maybe a little bit questionable. Just questionable enough for Obby to be like, that's ridiculous that you just said, and then does this.
Here, just watch. Just watch this get censored. My favorite Calden position is the one where he... Also, a duck is watching. I'm just gonna continue with the script.
So, love it. Gotta love it. And I'll tell you also what is really cool is that when I checked my Google Drive that I had all of my guests send their videos to, when I had my Google Drive, when I checked it, I found something in there that I didn't fully expect. I had watched all of these videos and then I kept looking and there was another video from Obby and I was like, what the heck is this? Why have I got a third video from Obby? Obby didn't have to send me 3 videos. I only needed 2 videos from Obby. What am I doing with 3 videos from Obby here? And then I watched it and it is the uncensored. It is the, you can take the mature content swear warning away. I'll tell you that. We don't want to spook anyone who's just coming in here. It is the uncensored version of Obby's video. And it is it's this. Is it this one?
Just watch this get censored.
Yes, it's this one. Okay. This is what Obby said. Okay, this is what Obby said in that moment.
Just watch this get censored. My favorite Calden position is the one where he throws a beaver into the air, grabs it with both arms, cradles it like a baby, then throws it out the window. Also, a duck is watching.
And censoring all of that is just fantastic. I just, to go out of the way. And again, let me be clear. Let me be clear here. All right. Let me be clear. I'm not the one who censored it. Okay. I did not censor that video. Obby sent it to me censored, pre-censored. All right. Pre-censored. So when I watched it for the first time, I was like, I don't actually want to know what Obby said in this moment. And then I knew he would, and he did. KALDEN censored it. Okay, all right. Okay. All right. So love that you sent me the uncensored version as well, Obby. Thank you for sharing that with us and for allowing me to show that to everyone, just to make sure that you weren't speaking scandalous things upon my existence. Big shout out to you, Obby, as well. Thank you so much for sending us videos in the first place. Love it. And you said that was all improv? I don't believe you. That is incredible if so. It all felt so like you hit all the notes. You hit absolutely all the notes that I needed you to. It was fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Big shout out to Obby. Can we get we've got an Obby command in the chat there. Can you guys go give Obby some love. Go follow Obby over on Twitch. In fact, Obby, is there anywhere else you'd prefer us to follow you? Do you like have a different platform that you got an OnlyBirds? You got an OnlyBirds that we should know about? Honestly, a little scary to ask you that because it's most likely a real thing. It's most likely a real thing. Thank you. I'm off social media right now, so Twitch is fine. Fantastic. Everyone, go follow Obby on Twitch. Do it. I promise you, it's a great time. It really is. It really is a good time. And Obby streams way out of the time zone that I usually stream, so you don't have to worry about us clashing. You can watch both of us. Go follow Obby. Yeah. The other. I wonder if there's anything else that I should tell you guys about the Hammys. You guys don't have any more. Don't have any more questions. You all sorted. Yeah, for the top 5, I was really insanely impressed by the amount of plays that Darkside got in the end. I mean, we all knew that Darkside was getting played a lot, but I know for a fact that because of how you guys acted in the stream, that RJ and Linda and a couple other people were half expecting Wait to take it. So you guys didn't seem confident enough in how. You guys didn't seem confident enough that. Don't put a link to onlybirds.org. I don't want to know if that oh no, is this a. Oh my goodness, it's welcome to OnlyBirds shop now. You can buy birds on onlybirds.org. Ready for a home. Ready for a good home. Cute. Oh wait, hold on. I should show you guys. Looky, this is OnlyBirds. Look. Our featured babies ready for a good home. Oh my goodness. Look cute, man. Oh no. Oh no, look at him. Whoever grabbed onlybirds.org it was very clever. Very clever. I had to look it up and share. I know you had to look up RJ. Of course you would look up an OnlyBirds website. You know what I mean? I mean, of course you would. Wouldn't expect anything else from you. They had to know what they were doing. I'm sure they did. Or it was some incredibly well-meaning middle-aged ladies who were like, "Oh, we want to make a website where you can only buy birds. So, we could just call it only birds. Like there's only birds on this website. This website is only birds. And we're just going to call it that." And then they're getting a ton of extra views because people are somehow misspelling the word fans as birds. Must be that. I'm so glad you looked that up, RJ. I would never expected that to actually have worked out that way. Literally now you can have an innocent only. You can't have you can't have an innocent only site anymore. Yeah, only. Yeah, no, exactly, 100%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was saying, I was so surprised by how well Darkside did. Listen, Darkside got 71 requests over the course of the year. 71 requests means that it was played more than half the time. Like more than half of the streams. So practically every second stream had Darkside in it, and more than that, because it was, we had 126 streams and it was requested 71 times. So insane, just absolutely insane. Labyclaw says, I have some work to get done. I'm muting the stream for a while. No stress, Labyclaw. Enjoy the work. Hope it goes well. That's a lot. Yeah, it's huge. Absolutely huge. Just crazy. I was a little surprised by Darling making it up to 4th place, but I think if I had considered last year and how much it got played last year, I don't think I would have been surprised. Obviously, right now I don't think we're playing it that much. But I definitely think it makes sense for it to be in 4th place there. Another Way is interesting for 2024. I don't feel that we played Another Way so much in 2024, but for it to make 5th place is really a lot. And Tragedy made it up there to 6th place. And as we said before, it was only 2 plays away from 5th place. So, well, 2 plays away from tied 5th place. So it almost took top 5 there. And then, of course, the freaking Duck Song had to make it in the top 5 again. I am pretty sure that no, I don't think we were. RJ, do you remember if we were counting the amount of times we played it in the Duckathon? Were we adding it? Were we giving it those plays or not? I know we didn't play it a lot in the Duckathon. I think you're not sure. If I'm honest, I don't think that we did, because I don't. Oh, right. You can look. It's what? September 27th was the date. September 27th was the date. I think we might have got it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know, because I know we've tried in the past. It's always sort of been a weird thing for me, where it's like, if it's a marathon, do you count every single play because of how heavily it's going to affect Song of the Year? You know what I mean? Like, should you give it the marathon plays as well if you know it's going to affect it? Like, it's kind of out of your guys' hands, and I'm enforcing hours upon hours of the same song. Should those plays count as requests? Because when I put it like that, when I think about like it being requested, I don't feel like a marathon should count, because it gets those plays. It gets the plays, but they're not being asked for. Chat isn't requesting the song. The song is just being played over and 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 over again, very much against your will. Like it's being forced. Are you sure it was September 27th? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was September 27th. As far as I can remember, that was Duck Day, unless it was the day before or the day after. But from my memory, it was around September the 27th. Like, it was there. There is no record of it being played on September 27th. Was I streaming on the 27th? Hold on, let me check my Google Calendar. Oh, the Duckathon was on the 26th. The Duckathon was on the 26th. We played through to midnight. The reason, oh my goodness, right. The reason I didn't make it the 27th was that the 27th was the day before we moved in to our new place here. Kai and I moved in together on the 28th. So I chose not to do it on the 27th because it would have been too stressful, and I would have been too exhausted because I needed to move in we did it on Thursday because I had to sleep in on Friday because I would have only gone to bed at like 1 a.m. and then I would have had time on Friday to pack my final stuff so that we can move in on the weekend. Actually, there is no record of Duck Song on September at all. Okay, yeah. So then we definitely didn't count them in that. If I'm honest, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense to do. I think I stand by the argument that I just came up with right now when I was thinking about it. That you guys aren't requesting it, so it doesn't make sense to give it those plays because it's not like. It's essentially against your will. Like if you requested the song over and over and over and over again, then yes, we add it. Like when you use Play It Again. If you use the Play It Again channel point redemption, then we give it another play because you've asked for it again. But if we do a marathon stream, then they shouldn't count towards the Song of the Year tally because you guys didn't ask for it. I just, you know what I mean? I think that makes sense. No stuffing the ballot box for Hammys. Exactly. Otherwise I could be like, oh, I want my original to be first place, so we're just going to run a marathon and I'm going to sing the same song for 2 hours and then it'll make it into the top 5, you know. It's also pretty, especially because it's pretty, 17 plays gets you into top 25. So it's a lot though. I guess it is a lot. Did you shout me out when I wasn't looking? I just got a follow on my empty channel. That's strange, Lady Claw. I don't know. I don't remember RJ shouting out. No, I did not. I've stopped doing that long time ago. Thanks, Dave. Oh, Dave just followed. Dave's in our chat. Hopefully my channel keeps you enthralled. Don't let us vote. You'll be singing Duck Song for 2 hours. Listen, that's what was supposed to happen for the Duckathon last year, and in the end, we ended up. What I did for the Duckathon last year was I said that if anyone, it was for a single sub, for your first sub to the channel, I would make an MS Paint. I would draw and I would MS Paint a duck for you that you could then green screen out the background for and use for whatever you wanted to, or just use as a profile photo or use wherever. That I would draw you a custom duck essentially, and you could choose what it looked like and what you could choose exactly what it looked like and what it was wearing, all of that stuff. So I expected each of those ducks to take, if I'm honest, I expected each of those ducks to take between 5 and 10 minutes to do. And by the end, I'd realized that on average, those ducks were taking like 20 minutes to do each. Like it was taking me at least like 20 minutes to do one of those ducks, which meant that we got a lot of contribution in that stream as well. We had a ton of people wanting custom ducks, and it did a lot for my what I call natural subs, like people subscribing themselves instead of gifting, because it was only for your first duck. Like you couldn't get, if you gifted 5 subs, you wouldn't get 5 custom ducks. You know what I mean? Otherwise I would have been there forever. But what that ended up meaning was that the original concept of the Duckathon, of me singing the duck song over and over and over and over and over again till you guys till you guys get sick of it and never request it ever again. That was the original concept of the Duckathon. That concept flew out the window very quickly because for one, I couldn't do. couldn't like, yeah, look, essentially there was no way for me to take back the duck drawings. And also, like, it was a really good time and it was a really fun thing to do. And from my perspective, it meant I didn't have to sing the duck song for 18 and a half hours, which we ended up doing that stream for 16 and a half hours. But most of that time, certainly most of that time, was spent drawing ducks instead of singing the duck song, which I was a little bit like weary of that, because I wanted the original concept was to sing the song over and over and over again, like we did for 500 miles and 1,000 miles. But in the end, it was such a fun stream. Everyone enjoyed it so much. Everyone got cool little custom duck things for us, for themselves and from me, and that they could remember the stream from. And some people still have it as their Discord profile photos. Some people still have their duck as their Discord profile photos, like, 6 months later or whatever. So I think in the end, it was a really fun stream anyway. It worked out really nicely. We had a good time. And maybe what I could do is I could definitely try to use, because I know MS Paint used to be a more, in 2024, MS Paint was a pretty big thing in our channel. It was a pretty like prevalent part of what we did. And why is that stopped? Is that because, what were we doing differently at the time? Why did we end up with so much? I mean, look, I'll be clear that the MS Paint was something that was a very tough balance, because it took long usually. Like the MS Paint usually took quite a while to like do a full thing. I grew up on MS Paint, so nostalgic. I love it. I just love it. Like, it's just, I love the look of it. I mean, I did all of this stuff on MS Paint myself as well. Like, this is, I love using MS Paint. It's just like the goofiness of the the goofiness of MS Paint it just creates such a interesting style. It's so fun to use. MS Paint stopped because we got more music centered and more releases are happening. I think maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. I mean, we have it as a channel point redemption. Obviously, it's not on now because it's, we're in the Hammys week, so I've closed that for now. It's been a channel point redemption, and maybe the channel point redemption is a little too expensive too. And it's only a 10-minute drawing now. The challenge with the MS Paint, the balance was really tricky to find, because they often took quite long, and they often, for me, felt like the timing is always tricky, because the MS Paint, although it's fun for the community who are willing to stick around and see it, it's like, it's tough for new people to get into, I don't know. It feels like something that's tough for people to get into. Also, people are spending more on Play It Again and Chipmunk. I definitely think people are spending more on Play It Again. I think you are one of the few that are using Chipmunk. I don't know that many people are using... Luckily, I don't think many people are using Chipmunk. But then again, also, I have been off stream for a while before the Hammys. Like, we're only really getting back into it now because of all the network problems I had at the beginning of this month. And then I was sick for like a week and a half. So I will accept that it feels maybe like that momentum isn't there because I was away for that time, and we also had stopped because of the newish place and situation. Interesting. What if you make it off stream and reveal later? No, but then that loses all of its like excitement. I think the people enjoy the MS Paint. The people who redeem MS Paint redeem it because they want to see me do it, and the idea is that they tell me what to do in the moment, and then as I'm drawing it, they say, oh, add this, add that, add this, or the next thing. So yeah, but I mean, that's the thing with streaming. You're always trying to adjust and add new things and change things, and like experiment with new ideas. So definitely, and channel points is one of those things that's huge for that, because you can make something more expensive and then suddenly people are like, I'm not going to redeem that ever at all. And then you need to figure out if you need to make it cheaper again and change it a little bit that it's not so intrusive, or, something like that. Like Play It Again, I think is a really cool redemption, because if you guys really enjoy a song, you can say, nah, screw it, do it again, and then we can do it. But if you were able to redeem that within, like, if there was no time limit on Play It Again, like, I know for a fact that we would end up in a situation where, for me, 1 play is regular, 2 plays is like extra, and 3 plays is too much. Like, for me, once you get to the 3rd time playing a song, it's lost its, like, fun excitedness. At that point, it's like, I can't do much more different by the 3rd time I'm playing it. And people who are waiting for their songs are going to start getting restless and potentially leave the 3rd time you play a song that they didn't ask for, Cough, cough, duck song. Yeah, but at least with the duck song, when you guys, this is going to sound bad for me to say this, but at least with the duck song, when you guys say Play It Again, we can do the next version of it, It's like, oh yes, it's the duck song, but it's a totally different story. And even the people who don't necessarily love the duck song, and the people who didn't redeem it, they're sitting there going, oh, I've never heard this before, or, oh, this is a different version of the song. Whereas if you play Pink Pony Club for 4 minutes, and then someone says, play it again because that was awesome, and you do it again for another 4 minutes, it's like, all right, sick, you got your extra fill. And then you go play it again, and it's like, all right, at that point we will have done 12 minutes of Pink Pony Club. Most likely people are going to be sick of it at that point. And so that's where that balance is really, like, important to find with redemptions as well, because they need to not, like, interrupt the whole flow of the stream, but they need to somehow add some cool thing to it. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people have, like, video pop-ups that come up. I know like Magic has video pop-ups that come up onto the screen. A lot of people have audio pop-ups, but I always try to, I don't know, I always want to try to keep things, like, unintrusive for the I don't know, like, I don't really enjoy the idea of having the video pop-ups on my channel, because I like to keep things, like, I've already got quite a bit going on, and I understand that, you know what I mean? Like, I've got the chat that goes all the way up the screen, and I've usually got a sub goal and a tip jar and the text, and a lot of people have, like, nothing on their screen. A lot of the biggest streamers have, like, nothing on their screen. They keep it as minimal as physically possible. So I don't know. I try not to, like, have too much, like, getting in your way, like that. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out exactly all those, like, redemption ideas, and I think we find a nice balance. It's the same with the spin the wheel, where it's like, spin the wheel is a really fun thing to do, but it's a tough thing to balance because it takes time away and potentially takes, like, half an hour away from playing music. Like, if you like, win a big redemption, spinning the wheel can take half an hour away from playing music. So it's like, spin the wheel is such a cool thing that I love doing, but I really struggle to figure out how to balance it properly. And obviously just making it more expensive means people redeem it less, so it's not as intrusive all the time. But it's always sort of a tough balance. Hey Lamfrost, good to see you. How you doing? Is Pink Pony Club an option? Yes, it is in our song list. It is in our song list. We play it quite a bit now. Actually, it's been getting lots of love. I think I do a pretty decent version. Pudding says, I'm gonna keep on dancing down. Oh, you're singing it already. I'm like, I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. Interesting. Good for you, Pudding. You know what? Yeah, you're right. You keep dancing. You keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. No one can stop you. Uninterrupted music experience. Yeah, I try to keep, within the songs to at least have within the songs to at least have not like video interruptions. And especially because I like to put the videos on YouTube when I can. And if there's just, I also know that like it's when the song is going the best. It's when you're doing a really good performance that some little thing will get in the way and interrupt you, or something will like pop up into the screen that interrupts you and just makes the experience a little like less polished, you know what I mean? Which is, I mean, that's fine sometimes, but you know what I mean. The video pop-ups for me become a bit much. The video pop-ups get annoying on many channels depending on the effect and repetition. Yeah, exactly. I think the effect and the repetition, I will say, for me, I think you can get some, I think there are options for video pop-ups that are, I think there are options for video pop-ups that are that enhance the experience. For me, if I was going to do video pop-ups, they would be pop-ups that would not get in the way of me, ideally. Maybe like, you know, like lights on the side of this, lights only on the side of the screen that pop up, you know, only on the like outside lines that like create some kind of like, you know, like a haze effect or that kind of thing, or some like outside distortion when things are going really cool. Like if I could find pop-ups that did that, then sure, I would consider it, but they need to only be enhancing. They need to not at all be distracting. Like it shouldn't, in my head, a pop-up should never block my face and what I am doing. That should only that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, it would be cool if it'd be really cool, I think, if we could get some pop-ups that like heightened the experience. That's what I was looking for. Heightened the experience, you know. Like confetti that goes on the screen is like too much even. It just needs to be like side things that add some like lights on the side or this or that kind of thing, you know. Decent, your version is one of my favorite your version is one of my favorite one of mine. That's awesome, RJ. Your version of Pink Pony Club is legitimately better than the original, you say? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's coming back to me. I liked it way better than the original. Damn, you guys really enjoy the Pink Pony Club version. I do enjoy it as well. I would argue otherwise, but you are not wrong. Lamfrost says, good, winding down at the moment. Got to attend a wedding tomorrow. Exciting, very exciting. How's KALDEN? I am doing very well, Lamfrost. Today is supposed to be all about talking about the Hammys, but we've kind of drifted and are just sort of talking about stream and everything around Twitch, which is fun. I think this is always a good thing to do with you guys. I always enjoy having a moment to really just like chat about how I feel about stream with you guys and find out what you guys think about everything. Yes, I've seen them well done too for video pop-ups. Video pop-ups out of more KALDEN, just KALDEN and more KALDEN, and just me, just little pop-ups of myself on the screen, just little doo-doo. I want to see KALDEN dance in West Hollywood. I don't know that you'll ever get that. Obby, sorry, apologies, but I don't know that you're going to get that, all right. Tangents, quite normal, always enjoyable to derail into to meaningful discussions. I agree. I also really enjoyed the medleys that I made for the Hammys. We didn't discuss those. Those were pretty fun. I'm definitely going to be putting them on KALDEN Live separately from the award show edit itself. I'll definitely be chopping those up to make them videos for KALDEN Live. I really enjoyed them. We did a Tina Turner mashup with what was it, Black or White and Private Dancer and Black or White, and then the other one was the New Editions medley, which had Tragedy, Hey Laura, Love Story, Kiss This, and Lonely Boy. And then the Best Climbers medley, which we did right at the end, was Patterns, Linger, Complicated, High Hopes, and Frog in My Fridge right to end off. I really enjoyed those. Those were fun. Wait, right about those, will any of them be requestable? Will they be requestable? Because I'd love to hear them in a regular stream. I think that I don't know. I think that I don't know. I mean, we could. I mean, if you guys would want them, I've had medleys on the stream before that were requestable, and then they just like no one requested them because people they didn't know what they were, kind of thing. It's a bit, yeah. I mean, we could if you want. We could put them on and see how they do. I'm not sure what I would call them though. Would they just be, what would you call them? New editions medley, best climbers medley? Is that what you would call them? Like, how do you remind people? Or do you literally put tragedy / Laura, hey Laura / love story / kiss this / lonely boy? And the same. Like that seems like a bit much. You know? Yeah, so I really enjoyed those medleys. I really enjoyed them. I love making those medleys. I think it's something that I've definitely got a knack for from my like theater experience, where we used to do lots of medleys. I mean, we did a show called 101 Hits. We had a show called 101 Hits, and it was purely medleys. Like there was a medley where we did 25 songs in. We did 25 songs in one sitting, and it was like a thing that Ray does, where you just play like 4 chords. You play 4 chords and like sing 25 like choruses over it, kind of thing. So I've got quite the knack for making medleys, but I'm not really sure how I use that in stream situations, because although I have a good knack for it, I have a good knack for building them. But not necessarily doing them on the fly like Ray does. Ray does an incredible job at singing, at like playing those 4 chords and just singing the song you mentioned in the chat and doing it so quickly. I don't know. My brain is just not like quick enough to grab the lyrics from those songs to get there. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I really enjoyed that aspect of it as well. The one thing that I'm sort of sad I didn't get to do this year in the Hammys was that we didn't have any guest song performances. If you remember, if you were there in 2022, when we had our, yeah, it must have been 2022 when we had our first Hammys award show. I had like guest performances, like they did songs. They would do a song for us. Yeah, Luna did the duck song in Spanish for us. EBX Erin, she did a performance for us for costume of the year, because she always does costumes. So she got into a Lady Gaga costume and did a song for us. I'm trying to think what if we had any other song performances. I'm actually not sure that we did. I might be wrong, but we had like videos from yeah. So at least this year we had some like presenters, which I really enjoyed. I love getting the people to do our friends to do presentations for us and to present the awards is always a great time. But I think next year if I'm well in advance enough, which I definitely want to be, I always want to be every year, then maybe I'll try to get some video performances in there as well, song performances from guest streamers as well, because I really enjoy doing that. I think that's a really fun thing to do, is to bring everyone's like communities together in some way. And chat, I think that is really all there is to say. All I can say from this point is all of the best. Good luck to all of these songs that are hoping to make it into the top 25 and the top 10 and the top 5 next year. I know you guys are certainly trying hard to get some new songs up there. I think we have a couple of new songs that are doing really well. Like I mentioned, Pink Pony Club, you guys are requesting that one a bunch. Runaway to Mars has done really well. I added a few a few of them were in that like best climbers category. Yeah, we had a few songs that started doing really well. Orange Juice has obviously done very well, which is pretty new as well. yeah, so it's been very cool to see. Yeah, here was another one. Obviously, One Another is an original song that I think could do well. We've got the Phineas and Ferb theme song as well added now. Which got added this year. So all I would say is don't forget the new songs. I know it's very easy to find your regulars and because you know you enjoy them and request them every stream. But I will remind you that there are a lot of songs that get added into the list and then drop to the bottom where they are least played, and people forget that they were just added and that's the reason they've been the least played. So next time you're in the song list, maybe consider hitting that. Hitting that last played button, or not even last played, the most played button twice, and it'll tell you which ones are the least played. And take a look at what songs are down there. Maybe there are a few that will surprise you. Chat, I think that is going to be the end of our stream today. That is us reaching 3 hours. So I think we're going to end off. Why don't we end off playing Song of the Year again, huh? Let's do Dark Side for you guys again to end off the official Hammys week. I think that makes the most sense for us to end off on the Song of the Year. And then we're going to find ourselves somebody to raid. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today and for joining us this week. This whole week has been absolutely awesome, and I'm so glad that it went as well as it did. And your support as well here, the donation support has been absolutely amazing. You guys were gifting subs and bits left, right, and center throughout Monday and Wednesday, and I truly am so grateful for that. So thank you a ton. For all of your support. Like I said, streams like this take a lot of work, a lot of work. There's a lot of video editing for me, a lot of video recording for me, obviously setting up you guys' votes, and this is 106 slides, 106 slides for on the day, the actual show itself. So it takes a lot of work for me to do, and it really makes me feel fantastic and shows me that it's worth doing when you guys are so supportive of all of it, and you guys are here and have a good time and enjoy it. So chat, I'm gonna find ourselves somebody to raid. We're gonna play one more song before you go. Well, not one more song. We're gonna play you one song before we head out. Big shout out to our raiders as well, Yedge Universe and Alora, and our followers there, Water Lily, although I think that's another language. And then Michael Thomas for the follow as well, Dake Metal and Tivanar. Thank you guys all for the follows, and thank you guys for being here. You guys don't have any other questions? You guys haven't missed anything you guys wanted to ask us today? I think we are gonna go raid. Oh, Ray is still live right now, but he'd probably rocking like 4 hours, but probably on his way done now. In fact, probably rocking like 6 hours now. Maybe we can go give some love to. Let's see. Let's go give some love to. Is there anywhere you guys want to raid specifically? Maybe we go to Double Experience again. Double Experience is always a fun time. They're doing music today as well. They've got a new single apparently. They've got a new single. That's exciting. They've been on for an hour and a half, so good time to raid as well. I think let's do that. Let's head over to Double Experience. Let's do that. Thank you guys all for being. Oh, did I hit raid? I hit raid. Wait, hold on, cancel. We gotta play the damn song first. We can't just go straight into a raid. Okay, let's do it. We're playing our Song of the Year. This is Dark Side. Absolutely insanely impressed by the song. 71 plays is way more than any other song in the song list by like 14 plays. So just a humongous gap. It really just gapped everyone. So a big shout out to everyone who's been requesting this one. A huge shout out once again to Linda as well for giving this one as much love. This is officially its 104th play. It managed to reach 100 plays this year, which is awesome. Awesome. All right, let's do it. Right, that's still muted. We're not in love, we share no stories, just something in your eyes. Don't be afraid, the shadows know me. Let's leave the world behind. Will I take me through the night, fall into the dark side? We don't need the light, we'll live on the dark side. I see it, let's feel it while we're still young and fearless. Let go of the light, fall into the dark side. Beneath the sky, as black as diamonds, we're running out of time. Don't wait for truth to come and blind us. Let's just believe their lies. Believe it, I see it, I know that you can feel it. No secrets worth keeping, so fool me like I'm dreaming. Take me through the night, fall into the dark side. We don't need the light, we'll live on the dark side. I see it, let's feel it while we're still young and fearless. Let go of the light, fall into the dark side. Honestly, a song well deserving of first place for most requested songs, certainly. It's one of those songs that I really think you can just listen to over and over again. I think it works so well as top requested because, it's not too egregious. It's not got too much going on. It's not too sad and sorry. It's not too hyper and rock and roll. It fits nicely in the middle. A perfect balance for top requested song there. Dark Side by Alan Walker. Go listen to the original. It sounds nothing like it. It sounds nothing like the original the way we do it. In fact, I have the last time I heard this original was like in a Crazy Store here. It's called Crazy Store. There, it's like a party store essentially. So yeah, we are going to raid out chat. Thank you so much for being here, RJ. Thanks for the sub commands there. Make sure you guys the raid commands. Make sure you copy those raid calls. We're gonna head over to Double Experience. Give them some love. Let's see if we can give them some love on their new release because they say they've got a brand new song. They say they've got a new song out. They've got a new single. So let's see if we can give them some love on that single. Spread the love over there. Spread the love over there. Let's do it. Let's do it. And thank you again once more. Thank you so much everyone for joining us today and this week specifically. And on Wednesday we had such an amazing time doing this had such an amazing time doing that show. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed putting it all together. It was a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it was a really fantastic experience. And I think you guys seem to really enjoy it and have a good time with us. So I'm really happy with how it went, and thank you so much for being there. I appreciate you guys a ton. We're gonna head over to Double Experience. Let's do it. Make sure you copy those raid calls. I'll see you guys all very soon. Thanks so much for all your streams, Kalden. My pleasure, Pudding. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys very soon, chat. Until next time, let's give some love over to Double Experience. I'll see you over there, chat. Until next time, you know how it goes. Thank you, and good.